Peace and blessings to the tribe. Peace and blessings to the tribe. How y'all feeling?
Great.
I feel
Fantastic.
amazing.
Okay. Let's go around the
Amazing.
room. Got us. Nice to see you back. You would tell us where you're from and tell us a little bit about yourself.
You talking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
It is great to be back. I am SCG 13. I am from the land of Khalifa. I'm in California, and I am the president of Master Vibration 13, and uh, a self healing master. Ache, Ache.
I say. I say. OG,
But in my
OG
practice,
Egypt. Huh?
oh, I just wanted to say, in reference to what we are speaking about tonight, I am SEG 13. I am sexual, sacral energy goddess 13. So my practice has been all about healing the divine feminine and remembering who we are. Ache.
I say. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Goddess OG Egypt. You wanna touch on that? Tell us where you from. Tell us who you are first. I'm sorry, I act like everybody know y'all because I know all you guys so well. So first, tell people who you are, where you from. Let me see if I get this right.
Yes, hello. Hi, I am OG Egypt. I am from Florida, operating in Indiana currently. I am an ex spicy dancer, and I just teach other women about pleasure and how to do it from a spiritual standpoint and with intention.
Hmm.
I say,
Hey.
I say. And Goddess Stormy, how about you?
Hi, I'm Goddess, well, Queen Stormy, or
The Goddess was
y'all,
good.
tonight, y'all could call me Sinful Honey. That's my sexual name, Sinful
I
Honey.
love it.
Oh,
With two eyes at the end. Um, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, or Baltimore, as they call it. That's what I call it. Is There's nothing but dark energy around
facts,
here.
facts. Well,
Yeah, people
tonight,
on it.
I'm sorry.
That's it, and it's not like our energies.
That's the land. The land period has to be cleansed all the way around, north,
Mm-hmm.
south, east, west. So, one, I want to tap into that dark feminine energy tonight, and we call it the connoisseur of sensuality. The connoisseur of sensuality, because a lot of our women nowadays don't understand what sensuality is. So I wanted to tap into that divine feminine energy, that dark divine feminine energy, not just divine feminine, but because everybody think everybody's moving in lightness, and a lot of people be fake. I'm noticing a lot of people say one thing on the camera and then they live a completely different life, or they're trying to look holier than now and everything else. And I think we waste a lot of time trying to be fake. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, Goddess, would you like to go first? What is the dark feminine? I am say 13.
What is the dark feminine? The
Yes,
dark
ma'am.
feminine is like your Kali. That's like your deep rooted, your when you when you recognize who you are and you honor your experience, all experience as a and you're able to look in that scope of things and be comfortable with the darkness of the divine feminine, with what it's like to be in that womb space of darkness, then that is what I equate to that dark feminine. Everything comes out of there. Like, we were created in darkness, and some people are afraid of that
Mm-hmm.
darkness, but they'll still use it in certain ways, or they'll allow for the darkness to consume them and to use them. But it is an energy that we all have to, be able to balance in our systems. Men have this dark divine feminine inside of themselves as well. So
Absolutely.
it's being able to, how
Boundary.
people are afraid of being ugly, or they're afraid of, they, like you were saying, a lot of people want to put up a front because they need to be
Mm-hmm.
portrayed in a certain way. And so I would say in that situation, that may not be an individual who has really been in their dark feminine to really see what it is. It's like when you go to birthing a child, that's not pretty. You know, that whole situation, that's like, that's a whole, you know, when you're bringing birth in, you know, that's not the glamorous look right there. You know what I'm saying? So that's all of those things that are in that lower vibrational force is that dark divine feminine. And when you are the divine feminine, you should be able to access it and manage it. And so you can't do work without it. You can't, like, everybody's wanting to do spiritual work and stuff. If you have not gone there, if you're not able to identify with that energy and what it is, you're not going to be able to do any kind of work.
I say, just moving like a non-playable character. Everybody talking about the spirit realm, and they ain't never seen one of the dark mothers yet. I'm confused. OG, Egypt, how you feel about that dark divine feminine?
Oh, I'm loving it, and I'm so excited to hear more and learn more and just build from this conversation because knowledge is infinite. We don't know everything, and I just feel like I could learn so much from her. And it is true, what she is saying, and it's a lot of power in sensuality, in sacred sensuality as well. And while pleasure does play a huge role, it's layers to it, and it's a lot of power in the divine feminine once you, like you said, once you know how to control it, and it's magic in itself, and it could be beautiful once it's maintained. And so to have, to be equipped with that knowledge, um and be connected to ourselves, because it's a lot of shame that's placed around it, because a lot of us aren't operating within spirit. They're disconnected and disassociated, so that's when you separate the spirit from the body. And once you get connected back into your body, you can learn how to pleasure yourself, to use it, you know um to manifest. It's a lot of power in just the feminine body, the womb, that is the beginning. That is where everything is created from there. So once we learn, just how to control it, like she said, get in touch with that sacral energy. I mean, it's a lot you can do. It's a lot you can learn, and you can grow from
Mhm.
that. So I'm excited.
Well, we ain't even 8 minutes in yet, and you said we got, like, just when we said so far, we said a lot. When you said manifest, I had to blow you up because you said we can manifest through sensuality. We got to go deeper into
Oh
this.
my
What?
God. Like, can you
You can do
really?
that?
Yes.
It really shocks people. Like, yes.
Goddess
Is that
Bruja,
what
how you
those
feeling?
poles are for?
That's what that's for. Goddess Bruja, how you feeling about that? What is your summary on dark feminine energy? Dark feminine energy.
Hello. You reading the
Bruja,
comments? You
no,
talking
I'm
to
talking
me?
about you. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I was looking at the comments. My bad, y'all.
I
I'm a,
can't
I'm a
see
little,
them,
I'm a little.
guys.
Um, the dark feminine energy. I mean, shoot, the sisters done already touched on it. It ain't really too much for me to say, cause I mean,
No, I'm just
once
giving.
you tap into it and you balance it, then it's just like can't nobody really tell you nothing. Like you can learn, like you can learn from the elders and stuff. Like I do want to learn more, but like once you tap in and you figure out what deity you're messing with, oh baby, you unstoppable. But
That's
see,
what. Ooh.
a lot of people, the thing about it being dark, when they hear dark, they oh my god, you talk with Lilith, oh my god. Heck, like let's be honest, Hecate is not a Greek, is not Greek. She's not. That was a black Spanish woman. And
Mm.
she is dark. That is another dark energy that nobody talks about. Scares scared the hell out of me when she first came to me because she's not pretty. And like we all said, darkness not really that pretty. I mean, like how we
Who
used to
said
do the
that?
spells and the nails be black and stuff like that. Some spell works and stuff. Her fingertips was black. I was like, no, her fingertips, like not the nail cuticle was white, like regular, like she just got them polished. But around was black, and I'm like, who is this lady with this ring salt and chalk? Because you know that's how they used to do it back in the day. So I'm like, I wake up. I told one of my sisters, she's like, oh, you met Hecate. So I'm like, Hecate who? I had to look her up. And I was like, oh, she ugly. I don't do that no more, Miss Hecate. Like, next time we meet, reveal yourself slowly. Don't do that. But no, the dark feminine energy is a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
when you got it and you know how to balance it, you can, like we say, you can manifest what you want. And no, it don't mean I'm gonna sit there and put my period blood in your spaghetti. That is not what it means. I hate when people, oh, dark, oh my God, you're gonna, no, stop. That's that fake spiritual people's that fake spiritual magic. I don't know what it is, because for me, if I want to love you and I feel like you're gonna love me back, I don't need to do it against your free will. Dark
I
feminine
see.
energy, we don't
That's
take
right.
your free will.
Mhm.
We don't
Mm-hmm.
mess with your free will. Like, and a lot of people be like, "Oh, Lilith, you mess with her. Oh, Lilith didn't want to be controlled." And I'm sorry,
Mhm.
being that I'm newly married, I be looking at my husband like, "Who you talking to?" He, there you go, acting like Lilith. So, because who are you talking to? We are equal. We're.
I say.
I didn't come
Trust and
from your
believe. I
red
got
buddy.
Lilith in my life.
I didn't come from your red buddy. You're not my dad.
Mm.
You'll get mad, but dark feminine energy is a lot.
I love the fact you hit right on the head when you said that there's avatars that you can speak to, different spirits and spirit guides, different entities that you speak to when you're doing this. A lot of people just going blind and talking about sex magic, and like you said, doing all the wrong things for all the wrong reasons. So yeah, I do want to get into that. We talking about the real dark divine feminine. My experience, of course, like just as a man, we came out of the triple darkness and spent our whole life trying to get back into that triple darkness.
Mhm.
So just messing with plant medicine in general, I know I've been to realms where I was surrounded by vipers and snakes, and it's just a valley of vipers, and in the center of the valley is this huge viper python or viper snake, and she has horns, and I went down there trying to command something and talk and everything else, so she just told me be silent. Like me breathing right now is a gift. Me breathing is a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And then she like once you understand who you are and what you are, she'll reward you if she chooses to reward you. But like Oshun, like Oya, like all these different entities, but maybe they're not considered like Oshun might not be considered a dark entity, so I won't go there. But let's talk about Mama Watson energy. Let's talk about Lilith energy. Let's talk about who else? The Jezebel
Jezebel.
energies. Yeah, the Jezebel energies. How you feel? How you feel, goddess? I am sick.
I feel fantastic. I feel
What
fantastic.
entities?
It's about
What?
time
I,
that these say that again.
no, I'm sorry. I was about to say. I know you're already tapped into California, so you already probably tapped into that Khalifa energy, and people don't quite understand
Absolutely,
how powerful that is. So, but is that the
absolutely.
energy you tap in for your dark divine feminine, or what energy do you tap into?
There's different ones that come out, but the one that comes out is the Kali is actually one. Kalima, that's the one that comes out. And the way that these dark energies come out, it just really depends, because it's not always like sexual energy is this creative energy, it's this creative force. So it depends on what it is that you are doing, you're going to get a specific kind of energy. Like if I when I'm creating, now this is a force that's she's dark and light, and it's Kuan Yin. But to the people in Asia, it's like she's that divine goddess. But when it's time to get down and dirty, then you don't want to feel that wrath, just like
Mm-hmm.
Jemaja. You know what I'm saying? It's like this, it's an energy, this energy of the divine goddess, Ache, of the divine goddess. It's it's everything, right? And so when you recognize what that is, then you're able to work with it easier, and you're not afraid of that dark side, and you recognize what that darkness is. So a mother, when she's defending her child or her family, she's going into her dark energy. No matter
Mama
how
Bear.
cute she is, she's gonna go in her dark energy, and that's gonna look differently. That's gonna take the energy of all of these deities. Like when we label and we name these deities, they are all for the purpose of a reference for the culture of people, right? This is what we call this particular energy. But when we strap all the labels off, it's all, what does it feel like, right? But when I'm at work, right, there's different ones that come through, and there's some that come through that I'm not able to name, because guess what, nobody ever taught us about all of the shamanic women, about the women shaman, the sex energy goddess women that have done this work for eons all over the world. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
talks about them, and I mean, for a lot, they're not supposed to know, right? So I get that, but there definitely have been a lot, like, yeah, Lilith gets a bad rap. You know what I mean? It's like, for saying that she don't want nobody telling her what to do. Like, who wants to be told what to do? I mean, some people do. I get that, but everyone
Some
has
people
the
do.
right to not be told what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
it's a beautiful thing to be able to have these conversations, because every woman is not the same. You know what I'm saying? And every woman is going to encompass a different energy of that aspect of this divine feminine, the dark feminine, all of it. And it's important for every woman to be able to embrace what is that for them, because these divine energies that we talk about still had that's what they were prominently, dominantly known for, right? But Lilith, if you get into the whole history and the energy of what this woman is, oh, I'm sure she was the softest and the smoothest, and that's why they wanted to control her. She wasn't having
Mhm.
that. But when you allow somebody to be who they are, you will get the essence of all of them, right?
Mhm.
Because it's not we're not just one thing. We're not just one way. Yes, we are bipolar. Hello.
Say that. That's something that, like we just say and let go of our heads, but women change with the season, literally. And if you're not a mature man, that shit it can be kind of hectic sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
yeah, and I understand it's like the season is feminine, the earth is feminine, everything is feminine. And even though they say that the feminine energy don't like to be told what to do, but kind of doesn't it though? Like the greatest civilization we have on this planet is bees. All the bees are women. Most of the bees are women being told to do from the one matriarch woman. Ants do the
Mhm.
same thing. They just need order. They just got to make it make sense. And right now, these things that
Yes.
we that in nature right now is not making sense to us. So we're not trying. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Right.
And then
And
Lilith,
and I will
that's like
say this. There's a time and a place, and there's who to take orders from.
I'll show you that part.
Like, you can't just
Right.
take orders from somebody because they say, look at me, I'm the boss. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like, nah, you got to show me who you are, and you got to earn this trust so that I could blindly follow. Gladly I will follow. If I got a leader, somebody that I know got my back, my front, my side, and everything, whatever you say, I got you. You lead, I'll follow. It's when you're in your divine feminine, it's not about being it's not about being over anybody. It's not about trying to be like, oh, I'm, the whole thing, I am woman, hear me roar. How about I am woman, hear me purr? Like, I don't feel like roaring right now. That's not gonna
Right.
take away my
Right.
womanness. That's not gonna define me as less than. You know what I'm saying? So there is a
Absolutely.
time and a place. And yes, like when a woman is by herself, for example, with herself, then she has to play a lot of different roles for herself, for her own protection, all of these different things. But that doesn't take away, like, because a woman is showing her strength, that doesn't mean that she's less feminine than a woman who's wearing a dress all day picking flowers. It's
Right.
like, and this is what these labels all have to be taken out. And when the understanding really happens, then you know that there really is no need for labels. Everything is energy. And so it is important to
Absolutely.
respect that the specific cultures and the specific name of specific deities. And when you want to call upon a certain thing, then this is why it's important to know yourself. Because if you want to call upon a certain deity, it makes sense for you to call on the ones that are your ancestors. So if you are of African American descent, which I don't even like saying that, but you know that you got to
If you're
go to your
indigenous
roots,
American,
to your people,
indigenous
who your
American,
people are. Indigenous American. I check.
I tell
There
you,
it is. If you are indigenous to this land, you got to go to your roots. You go to your trees. You go to your people. You go to your ancestors. Those people that act like, oh, I've been in foster care my whole life and I don't have no family. Stop it, okay? Because this is home. And if you need some family and you really need some like love for real, hug a tree. That's
Absolutely.
all I got to say. Do it,
yo,
do it enough
goddess,
times and you're going to get some information.
yo, you hit on a lot. That
How
tree
you
thing
doing?
was amazing. The tree
Right.
thing was amazing for real because people don't understand the trees can also be feminine, and you can communicate to the trees. You can communicate to nature. Nature really wants to communicate. Nature wants to talk if you listen.
Mhm.
Um, Goddess OG Egypt, step it up for me real quick, man. We're talking about all these goddesses and everything, and
Lilith, I
that
love
Lilith. Oh,
her.
so you want to
Okay.
tap into the Lilith? Everybody want
Oh
to tap into that
yeah.
Lilith energy.
I mean,
I
every
just
female got it.
listen.
No, no, everybody has it in general. She's the mother. She's. Well, I don't. I
She's
look
the
past a lot of stuff.
dominant woman. Okay, Lilith is that. Okay, and so a lot of the way that we view things now, or society views her, is based around like misogynistic,
I say
and society standards, right? So you cannot, because she didn't want to stand beside, Adam, for her to be, his, she wanted to be his equal. She was his equal, not wanted to be. She was his equal. And that was a problem.
Mhm.
Okay. And so instead of paradise, she chose freedom. I'm absolutely, we are one and the same. Like, I'm not about to, stand beside you. She was a rebel and she also a spirit of air. So, she was like, to hell with this paradise. I'm about to go off, right? And I'm about to go worship who I'm supposed right. I'm about to worship, who I choose to, and this is what it's about to be. So, she wanted to be free from that dominance. She wasn't, like she said, she wasn't about to, I'm not about to, be led by someone when we could lead together. But this is how it's gonna be. And because of that, she is seen as someone evil. She's not really talked about, or she's looked down upon. But Lilith is, that
power.
that woman
Mhm.
that's powerful, because someone that has knowledge of self and know who they are, they can't be enslaved. And that's why she see as someone who's evil. She's dark. When I've heard stories about her younger, or the church really didn't want to talk about, well, she's not in the Bible, she don't matter, but she absolutely does matter, because it started with her.
She was in the Torah.
Everything.
She's in the Torah, and the
Yeah.
Bible ain't nothing but the first five. Like the Bible is a remix of a remix of a remix. The
Right.
Bible came from the Torah,
He
and the
said,
Torah
she
most
said,
definitely
they
speaks of
said.
Lilith.
Yeah, but she was that, and so she sought freedom at any cost. Like, I'm not a, this is what it is, and I mean, you can either get with it or get lost. And she was like, "Hey, I'm about to go create my own thing, and I'm gonna be this." So, she initially started it all, and I feel like, you know, any woman, right? But be careful. When I am saying this, I'm not telling any woman, like, just go and call out to her and she gonna come and she gonna fuck with you. It's not like that. And she's not, she not gonna play with you. Like, if you are wanting to really take back your power as a woman, you want to step into your dark feminine. If you're going through anything as far as, you know, just challenges that you're facing against yourself, but in outside parties too, and especially if it's male centered, and you call onto her, have offerings ready for her, but also be ready to do the fucking work. Like, it's not,
Mhm.
she's not gonna do the work for you, but she gonna push you to that corner. She gonna push you into a corner where you have no choice but to fucking call on yourself. Like, you gonna have to do that work. And that's what that's what makes it, her darkness right? So beautiful to me because, I always grown up, the black sheep of the family. I have to take the bullets for everyone else because, and it's not that my parents couldn't tell me anything, I always listen and obey. But as far as like society, and their rules or what people would deem uncommon or, um unnatural, and I just knew really who I was, and I did face a lot of challenges, but I also, and I didn't even know at that time because I didn't have like a full knowledge of self. I wasn't really into, occult magic, spirituality. I wasn't into that. I probably was still in the church, but once I stepped outside and started looking for source, I found more of myself. So I didn't even know at the time that I was actually operating inside of that energy that we are speaking about. And as I began to learn about how, I'm like, damn, like, I really Lilith has been fucking with me this whole time, and working with her has been great, and learning about her is everything. So when we talk about, her being evil, or I hear about, other people's, just what they learned about her. And I'm like, I edged them, do the work, do the research, find out who she is. You'd be surprised, read the story, the origin of the story about who she really is. And you'll see that the things that we learned, and especially if you learning it from the Bible, a lot of it is rooted in misogynistic values and shame. It's a lot of shame around it too. So that's what I got to add about her.
I see. Man, you said a lot.
That's what it
One of the
comes.
guys that she said that's like Hathor, a goddess that isn't so dark, probably will be considered more light and more protecting and more loving. But when her love is unappreciated, she turns into Sekhmet. You know what I'm saying? Or like Lakshmi, one of her attributes can turn into a Kali Ma energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like appreciate the divine feminine before you get to the dark feminine. But I also think that we're using the dark feminine in the wrong way. We use it to fight our surrounding cast. But one of you guys said it should be used to fight society. The what we call the norms now aren't really norms.
Not
And
Mhm.
yeah, so like it's a lot of different things. If we're gonna call on these deities, don't call on it like the guy that said you want to use this juju and put in some of the spaghetti. Why you don't do this to the landlord? Why you don't do this to the judges? Why you don't do this to the oppressor? Why you don't do this? You see what I'm saying to the
somebody who's
police?
actually hurting you,
You
or
know what I'm
want to
saying?
cause
Y'all
you.
got so much power. Y'all have
Right.
so much power, and it's like we don't know how to channel it. We have a bunch of energy. We don't know what to do with it, and we just let it just sit there. But imagine if y'all all came together and did something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Lilith, that's not my range. I respect Lilith because she's one of the mothers of the dragons, so she's like one of my great grandmothers too. So, but society within itself, and even problems. Let's go. Just go outside of society. Let's go problems. Because a lot of people invoke problems on themselves because
Mhm.
they're living this fake life or they're living by somebody else's
Boom.
standard.
I'm glad you
So
said that
The
because a
fake
lot of
life.
people. Oh, I'm sorry. Who's that? Go
That
ahead,
was
baby.
that was like the fake life.
Mm-hmm.
The
you
fake
already
life.
know.
Like I say it all the time, like even working with tattoos and piercings and stuff. Like some of my jobs, oh you gotta take that out. I'm not taking this out. Oh, you gotta
Yeah,
cover that tattoo. I'm not covering this up.
I ain't doing shit.
Especially my neck piece. I'm not what? I mean look like I tell them on the interview, like if you hiring me and you see that I got this in, then you already know what's coming with.
Be real
I'm
from the
not
door.
changing my hair color. Like no, we're not doing that. And the whole fakeness, I don't like that. Like, don't just be yourself, and that's the issue with a lot of people. And when she was like,
Mm-hmm.
like the Lilith energy and Kali, like a lot of females have it, and a lot of females are scared to even admit, like, I'm tapped into Lilith. Oh, especially growing up in a black church. In the black church, oh, that Jezebel spirit on you, that Lilith
God, I
spirit on
hate
you.
hearing that.
I cast that out. But how you gonna cast something out? But when we in the bed and you want me to be overly sexual and sensational and stuff,
Say Lilith.
who you think
Mm-hmm.
I'm channeling? Who you think is coming through? Like, what do y'all think is being? Oh, I want a baby, and then that energy hears that, and the energy comes forth. Oh, boom! You pregnant. You channeled that doing sex magic.
I say
I
we're
feel
about to get
like
into it.
I feel like a lot of it too, right? Everybody, and there's nothing wrong with being love and light, but you cannot have light without darkness at all.
That's it.
And that's where a lot of things get shaky. That's when we
Misconstrued.
lead into a gray area, because a lot of people aren't operating within themselves, and that's when you disrupt the balance of human nature.
Mm-hmm.
When you go against who you are spiritually. So I feel like and that just comes with not doing the work. It's well, I was gonna say it's nothing wrong with it, but it is. But when you do the work, um you will find out it's okay. And when we hear dark, or when people hear dark, it's often associated with evil, and you can, it's a lot of
I
things
thought I
that you
thought
can
y'all
do.
wanted somebody tall, dark, and handsome. When did dark become evil? Like, listen, you keep saying things about the church saying it. This ain't the church. This ain't the church. I don't understand how any of us sit in the church when the church is historically accurate to say that the church is the first person that goes against the black woman. The church is
Mm-hmm.
the first person that goes against matriarch energy in general, went against his own Mary Magdalene, lied. The church is telling you right now, the Catholic Church is telling you right now, they lied on Mary Magdalene, and nobody cares. They're just gonna walk past that.
Oh,
They're telling
absolutely
you.
not.
So it's like the church that's not here, and we don't believe that the dark's here. We talking on a whole nother frequency of we know. Somebody said it goes back to knowing who you are. This
Mm-hmm.
I like having these conversations because all you guys know all you got latest goddesses know who you are. And that's very important. Like we're not even in the realm of those 85 percenters. You know what I'm saying? They don't know nothing, just walk around deaf, dumb, and blind. So no, the darkness. Look, what
Agree.
Bane said, y'all just adopted the dark. I was born in it.
No, for real.
You know what I'm saying? So one, you touched a little bit on sex magic. Let's get into it. Sex magic and the power of the orgasm. If we're gonna talk about connoisseurs of sensuality, let's talk about it. Sex
Mm.
magic. Who wants to touch on
You
that
want
first?
That
you want to
orgasm.
lead?
Go ahead, OG. You could go ahead, OG.
Oh
You
no,
just
I'm talking about I am Seg. I am Seg. Can I? What can I call you? What is your
You can
name?
call
she said
me
her name
my,
was like
my
Marty.
yeah. Don't
Ah,
know
she don't
me
Okay,
say.
as
Goddess Marty, you
my
go ahead and start us off.
Let's get it.
Okay, sex magic. What I will say about
Ooh.
sex magic is that you're doing it even when you are not engaging in sexual activity. Your sexual energy, your sacred energy, anything that you give that ache to, you're giving life to that. And this is why it's so important for the divine feminine to recognize that aspect in herself because it comes by way more than the coochie. You know what I'm saying? It starts with an eye stare, it starts with a touch, it starts with a whisper, it starts with just your
Sensuality.
of you being who you are, right? In some cultures, women are not allowed to stare or look at men or look at people because they recognize the power of the eyes, especially
Mhm.
in a woman. A woman can captivate you with her stare. And so, and then when a woman is in a relationship with another man, then she is not to look at any other man in the eyes. And these are cultures that recognize the power of this sexual energy and this
Mhm.
sex magic. So the sex magic begins far beyond the flesh. This is why, and I know I'm not a theologian, but I know that in the Bible, one of the sins are like you can't look at another man's woman. That's like a sin. Your neighbor's that one. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Because as soon as the mind is everything, right? And so if in your mind you are lusting over that person, you are already foul. You are, it's like you already did it, you know? And
Right.
this is why
You done
this
did something.
energy is so like crazy in the world because people they don't know what the boundaries of energy are because they
Mhm.
don't recognize it. If they don't see it or they don't like feel it physically, they don't think that it's real. You know, it's like it's happening all the time and the power of women man women are using their sexual energy now in a way stronger than it's ever been because this sexual energy is coming from the sacral and the sex chakra also from the root
Mhm.
chakra. They're grounding on this anger, whatever it is that they're feeling, right? And because of everything that's happening in the world now is really strong. So this sexual energy, when a motherfucker is mad, shit is going to happen immediately. But they don't
Emotions.
recognize that they're the ones that are doing it. Sexual energy. They're actually making things happen by combining their sacral sexual energy with what's happening and what they want to, manifest, create into reality. So when it comes to sex magic and me, I go as deep as the ocean, because it begins in the mind and the thoughts first. This is why it is so important for women to know their power and for men to recognize, like, for real, the power of the woman. Like, men
Yeah.
fear us all the time
Absolutely.
anyway. They don't consciously know why it is, but because of this, there's a lot of things that we can create as women that men are not able to do. And it's not about jealousy, it's about, giving to Caesar what is Caesar's. It's just not what you do in this lifetime, gentlemen, because I'm sure that you might have been in this, body of a woman at another lifetime. It's possible. But
Absolutely.
this energetic being of this divine feminine and the power of this yoni is, it's amazing. It's
It
amazing.
is.
So that's my take on the sexual energy and sexual magic. I do want to hear candidly what the young women want to say about, because it's a different world. And if it was like for me, if it wasn't for my background and the things that I went through in my experience, I had to go through all of these levels so that I can know who I am. The levels
Hmm.
in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a hierarchy in your life. I'm above this person or that person. It's levels in my own life. I'm a curse breaker. So I came into a
Right.
world of sexual activity incognito and all kinds of taboo, all of that. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have to recognize what those things are so that you can really recognize what this magic is, because magic sounds like a beautiful word. You know
It
what I'm
is.
saying? But it's just what it is. It makes stuff happen. And so your energy is extremely powerful. And every
Mhm.
time that you engage with anyone, you are bringing up whatever's in their subconscious mind and their subconscious thoughts. You're amplifying the power of their subconscious thoughts. If the person is like, if you are more powerful than that person in that area, and this could be man or woman, this is genderless, then your energy, your sexual energy, can turn into an amplifier for that individual.
I
So
say.
it goes very
Absolutely.
deep. But
Mhm.
I chill.
Beautiful introduction to sensuality.
Yo, you went straight to the ocean, and you said something about the ocean and you left it alone. But that's another
That
goddess
was
we
so
want to talk
deep.
about with Mama Wata.
Mama, what's that?
You see what I'm saying?
Mama,
So
what's that?
you there, goddess?
Yes, I'm here. I apologize. I needed to. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, can you hear me? Okay. I needed to answer a thing real quick. So you were
No, no,
speaking
no
about
problem.
Mami Wata. You're talking about what, Gemini?
I say Mama Wata, but yeah, some call it. They loosely could say it's the same thing, but I don't think it is. But because each entity is its own entity, we always kind of
Mm.
like put them all in. But I think Mama Wata is
Yes.
Mama Wata, emotion is emotion, Olakun is Olakun. You see what I'm saying? All of them run a
Yes. Yes.
different kind of water. I'm from a river and like spring clan, so the rivers is like Oshun and Oya, whereas Yamoja and Olakun would be the oceans and the deep, deep oceans that we don't know about.
Mhm.
We talk about how deep it goes. But then Mama Wata is her own. I think Mama Wata is almost as powerful, or not as powerful, but it almost is on the same degree of Olakun before Umoja. Anyway, but yeah, you were talking about the power of emotion, and people don't understand. Even when you come to the gemstones, your gemstones are activated through emotions, and
Oh,
the highest
absolutely.
emotion, yeah, your highest emotions are either hate, what we call whatever they want, whatever how they want to call these words, your emotions, hate, happiness, lust, fear, that activates different gemstones, activates different things, orgasms. That's why
Emotions are literally energy and motion.
energy. You see what I'm saying? You can activate anything when you're talking about these entities and spirits, and you light that candle, you light that incense, and you put emotion into it. Fuck
Mhm.
around. You talking about some blood? I'm more scared of your teardrops than your blood. Because if you mess around,
Oh, when a
you
woman
mess around.
cries,
If a woman
Yep,
really
that is the
into it,
last thing.
like
Yeah.
that
you know
song,
what I'm
when
saying?
a
So
woman's fed
that's that water.
up.
The teardrop is that sea water too.
You
So
know, talk about orgasm, and this is really important because there are, and I think we talked about this a little bit last time, but there's a lot of women that have not had that experience of orgasm, and that needs to change
Oh,
because
absolutely.
your
Yes.
orgasm is your absolute your ache. That's your abracadabra, right?
I
That's your
say
and
Mm-hmm.
so it is, right? And so
in
when you
2025,
sip with someone,
Oh,
that
you be
first thing.
surprised.
What happened?
He was like in
you say
2025.
in 2025,
You would be
people haven't figured
surprised.
out how to be happy.
You know
Listen,
why?
yes,
Because
it,
it's
it is
very
true.
simple.
What the hell? What
It's
the
They
hell?
don't look.
Oh, y'all
That's
agreed. I'm
one
like,
thing.
oh shit. Young
listen,
men,
they
step their
it's
games
they
up.
true,
don't
but
want to
listen,
release.
don't
They don't want to release. That's what
right.
it is. They don't want that release. A lot of women get comfortable in just being in, like you keep saying, like the dark feminine energy is a feared energy. Like, okay, Oya is somebody that I walk with. That's my
Okay.
mother. I have her sigil tatted on me. And like when I get to that side, and even stepping away from sex magic, I can go back to 2019 when I was outside. Like the hood, they looking at me like they call me the voodoo lady. That's what they literally call me, like the voodoo lady sitting outside. And like I would, like if I was doing like some work and some healing work, you also have to lift your left hand. And like my great grandmother, my great grandmother Mary, she was a dark feminine. And she, my family, oh, we don't talk about Grandma Mary. We don't talk about her. Don't talk about her. Like I was the one that was like, well, what was she about? She did this and she did that and she wore black and she was just I'm like, okay, what was wrong with her wearing black though? Like, what's wrong with that color? Y'all black? Like I'm 5 years old asking my family members these questions, but when it comes to orgasms, a lot of females, they don't want that release. When you get that orgasm, then you connecting with yourself, you connect with everything around you, just like hugging a tree. You connecting with everything around you, and once you have that release, like she said, it's like your voila moment. It's your boom, like, oh my god, I'm here. Like you have that first orgasm. It's like, oh.
I just
But
the
you know,
fact that y'all say like for women to have as much as they as far as sexual energy exchange we have, right? I just when you say soul snatch, that's what I be talking about. Like I've never had a situation where like what's the point if you not having an orgasm? That's the whole that's the damn the ride. You know what I'm saying? So I
and it's
can't.
deep. It's so
Yeah,
much. It's so much deeper than that, right? Because like the sister said, when we talk about intimacy, into me you see, right? And it could be with
Mm-hmm.
yourself, right? But you would have to be connected to your body. You have to be present and alive. So to even experience that, and you can experience it through sound, through touch, through
say
taste. And that is a way for a woman to get back connected to herself in the first place. So you could do that, through sounds, through taste, through sounds like music. And you could do that with dancing, put on a certain song and he Loves Me, right? By Jill Scott. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you're familiar with that song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I use that when it comes time to have this kind of pleasure, right? When we talk about self pleasure, because you can't have you know true intimacy, what we think sex is, because a lot of people or some people, I can't say a lot, but some people do have sex but they're not even connected in their body, so it's just
Mm-mm.
the flesh of the things, but you're not really using or having sex to connect to someone spiritually, because it's a spiritual exchange. Everything that we do is a spiritual exchange, so we have to be mindful too of the things we do, and I wasn't always that way, right? And so I had to be connected into myself, and I had to do the work and everything, and so uh do it with intent, when you're doing these things, do it with intention, especially when it comes to self pleasure. It's so important. And then you can have that connection with the divine essence. So a lot of it will come from like healing shame. It's a lot of shame in women being pleasurable, being sexually liberated, and that does not mean that we're going around going to bars and we're gonna get Tom, Dick, and Harry. A lot of people think it's that way, but it's not.
And it's not.
Okay, and everybody is having a spiritual experience. The prostitute, the drug dealer, the crackhead, the
Mm-hmm.
homeless man, everybody. If you have breath and you breathing through your stomach, not your lungs, you are having a spiritual experience, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we have to be mindful about that. But when you're disconnected from the divine feminine aspect of things, there's a lot of avoidance. It's a lot of numbness associated with that. And so it's not so much of women don't want to, a lot of them don't know how to, and they need to come back home. So come back home, be one with yourself. You don't need a second party to achieve these things. And it would be so much easier once you learn how to do it with yourself. And so I think that's, you could heal a lot from that. Generational trauma.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of women have dealt with sexual trauma. You can heal that through these orgasms that we're speaking about. Um, and energy flows. Okay. So just learning yourself all over again is really important. And it's a lot of shame, and a lot of disconnects when we talk about a spicy dancer sometimes, but a lot of them, more than one would like to recognize, are, I would deem, more spiritual than the ones that have these kind of ego shields up, right? Because
Wait.
it's one to look the part and to sound the part and everything, but a lot of these women are doing the work, and seeing they're doing magic that a lot of other females that don't, that have, that look down on it, they doing a lot of these women are doing sex magic, okay, and they're doing a
Mm-hmm.
lot of magic that some females haven't tapped into. And everybody is on a different level in the spiritual realm. It's levels to this, and one's not,
Right.
somebody, although you might see her as, okay, is she a little loose? She might not know that. You might, this woman has done the work, and she's doing what she needs to do as far as being connected to that dark feminine. So just when we talk about like sex magic, I think it can be a beautiful thing, but you would have to be connected to yourself, and being alive is just not enough, and breathing is just not enough, right?
Hold
You have to breathe, if
on.
you understand what I'm saying. So
Can I
I
make a
see.
yeah,
statement? When we say
absolutely.
sex magic, we not talking about lust. A lot of people get
Yeah.
that confused also. When they
Mm-hmm.
hear sex magic, they automatically mix it with lust. No, a lot of females do that. Oh, sex magic, that means lust. That means I put it on him real good. He gonna be in love with me. No, sweetheart, you need to be in love
Right.
with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You
Absolutely.
need to tap in with your inner self. You need to look within. That's like shadow work. You're looking within.
Mm-hmm.
And a
Absolutely.
lot of females, that takes us back to orgasms, they don't know how to release. They don't know how to tap into it, to look within. Just because you tap it in, you go within.
Right.
You look within. You heal that side. That don't mean you connect. Like you said, going here. Well, oh, I'm practicing sex magic, so I'm gonna go and track Tom, Dick, and her. No, that's not what that is.
Mm-hmm.
It's sex
It
magic, but
means
going
that
in
when
reverse.
you walk into, when you know somebody who's doing the work, and like you said, being a dancer gets a bad rep.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do it. Like
How?
I dance. I
I thought they
How?
said didn't Jesus damn kick it with strippers? I'm confused.
Listen, listen, it
look.
was such
He
things
How
kicked it
is
with
as
a
how
lot.
is
sacred
He kicked it with
holes
a
back
lot
in the
that they don't
day.
talk about.
Okay.
But
you
it's
see what I'm saying? I
also
don't
like,
understand
okay,
like whoever shuns you or everything else, but the preachers go to the strip club. But everybody wants that energy. Now the people only I feel like everything's reverse psychology. The only people that's trying to tell y'all that it's bad are people that can't do it, want it and can't achieve it. So they try to demonize somebody that can do that what they can't. Everybody can't get on that pole. Let's have that conversation. Everybody can't get on their pole and do the dance. They got John the Baptist's head cut off. The
Shut
woman that the
up.
woman that did it was a dancer, and she danced for the king. And the king said, "I'll give you anything." She said, "I want John the Baptist's head." That's power.
Oh, yeah.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
If you,
that
if you, read,
shit
if you
right
read the
there
basic
is
instruction,
real.
if you read the basic instruction before leaving Earth, if you read the Bible, it says he nutted. He came from watching her dance. He orgasmed. He said, "Man, I'll do anything for a piece of what can I do for some of that?" I think that women are like underplaying their value and underplaying themselves, worried about what everybody else is trying to say about them. You see what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? We live in a world where a lot of problems are self-inflicted. A lot of
Oh,
problems are
absolutely.
self-inflicted. A lot of these so-called traumas are self-inflicted because the
Hmm.
world is telling you we should live in trauma, we should live in this and live in that. I don't be worried about all that. They can't shame a dancer because guess what? Most dancers are doing better in this economy where everybody's trying to be whatever the fuck you're trying to be. But most of the dancers have more money than anybody else in this economy. So that's
And
not going.
everybody's calling isn't the same, right? We
Yeah,
all are on our own spiritual path. And so, you know, her experience and her calling and her journey, right, and
Right.
into this world, into this, dimension that we in right now. We in the age of Aquarius. Knowledge is obtainable if you want to retain it. And so, these women, myself, walking into the club and not even, it's more than meets the eye. I'll say that. And just off of when you go in a room and you are that divine feminine and you're demanding, the attention of the room in the most purest
Exactly.
way possible. You don't have to be, there has to be no, there doesn't have to be any ill intent behind it. It's a lot that you can do. And it's a lot that can come out of it. And I just feel um like I say, and I'll keep saying it because that's just the times that we're living in. It's a lot of it's just rooted in misogyny also, and that's a lot of from the beginning of time as far as biblical, because a lot of people still lean on that, and I don't judge at all. But we weren't supposed to be these alchemists, the true alchemists that we are, and we are, and so I just feel like you know I just love us. I love us spicy dancers. Even women who don't dance and have tapped into that dark feminine energy and are willing to share the knowledge of the young ladies who are willing. Willingness is everything, to listen to and to learn from, because like I said, knowledge is infinite. We don't stop learning until we die, and even then your ass gonna keep learning, because energy is just
Right.
is
It's
just
just
transferring
transferred.
over and over again. So hell, I done been here a million times. I'm probably 1,234,000 years old. I don't know, but I'm in the time where I'm remembering who I am, and that's why I love that the goddess is up here. I love that she's here because I could also learn a lot from her. I heard her
Right.
introduction. I actually did skim across your page, both of you guys, and I was like, okay, cool. Everybody, I could learn. Like I'm never too where I'm too high on the pedestal where I know everything. I don't know everything, y'all. And I'm still learning too. At the same time, learning myself all over again. And it's beautiful. And I'm glad to that we're actually having this conversation. Listen, he done pulled me up out. I do not go live. And he done
No,
pulled me out
really,
the shadows,
really.
y'all. I go online and I get missing. I put boots to the ground. I'm always outside doing the work. I do service work with women in shelters and everything, so I'm never out on live. But I think this was such a beautiful conversation that I had to tap into, because man, um pleasure
But
is so beautiful, it's so sexy, when you know what you're doing, and how to do it, and yes,
yeah.
no,
I was gonna comment
absolutely.
on that after you
Listen,
finish talking.
her comment is everything, because I ran into a fucking warlock. Excuse my f bombs. I ran into a warlock in the goddamn strip club, and it's from my own doing. Okay, so accountability
So
is
did you
everything.
run into
I
him or you
asked for that.
manifested that? You
I
asked for
I
those,
asked
okay?
for that. I literally asked the universe for that, not really knowing. You have to be so specific too, especially when we
mm-hmm.
manifest. You can sit there be rubbing out like, oh, I wanna have a house and a car, but be very careful. Be specific with the words because the energy you put out there is exactly what you put out there. We create our reality, mind you. We are everything that exists. We create this reality for ourselves,
Right.
and so you have to be specific what you asking for. Because I wasn't specific at all when I tell you he rocked my motherfucking world in the best and worst ways possible. Because a lot of these men are warlocks and they don't know it. They're underworld gods, and a lot of them come around to siphon and to energetically drain us. And Lord, when I tell you, I felt it in the spiritual realm.
You
I'm
say
still
you
paying for
say
it now.
now I'm trying to figure this out. You summoned him, but then you said he was trying to interject these.
Listen,
It's
no,
weird to
but
me.
no, accountability is everything. Because when I'm asking for him, I was not being specific. Now he was a force to be reckoned with, and I wasn't ready for that. I
So
was
why
not.
not? So why not? Like when the guy that said, "Be careful," like
I
people.
wasn't
No,
careful.
no,
I was just
no. I'm
doing
I'm
it.
saying to this guy's statement. She said, "Be careful of brothers with knowledge of self and his agenda," which is confusing as hell because first thing we say, the number one thing we need to do is have knowledge of self. But you need
Mhm.
to be careful of the man that has knowledge. That's weird. When why not? Why not? Wait a minute. I know who I am.
And
You know who
listen,
you are. Let's work together because if we believe in Mayat, if we believe in that divine balance, and I'm a
Right.
wizard and you're a bruja, then let's manifest some shit together. Let's
mhm,
do this shit together. You summon me. Shit, here I am. Shit. Now let me
right.
show you what I can do. This is called the magic stick.
That is
Ta-da! You
true.
see what I'm
That
saying?
is
Now,
true.
now in
Stop.
our minds, in
That's
our ego,
magic shit.
in one of the verses it says you can have whatever you want. When manifestation, you can have whatever you want as long as you have no expectations and no ego. And I think because we're raised a lot in this realm, in this 3D
Mhm,
world right now, we're raised with these fake ass expectations, fake
mhm,
ass egos, where it's telling you it should look like this or it should like that. No, don't be careful with the man with knowledge of himself. That's what I see so many conscious women that run to the retards and then blame everybody for their
mhm.
you went to the retard and you weren't getting the sexual exchange. You were just giving yourself out, throwing pearl.
Yes.
You literally were throwing your pearl to swine. You see what I'm saying? So no, save all that. I'm not like the man with knowledge of himself is not the bad guy. I think more conscious
No.
men, conscious women should. No, I just noticed a lot that conscious women have a thing against conscious men, and it's confusing. Oh, he's a warlock. He had his own agenda. Well, my agenda is to get land, to get our land back, and to live free and hedonism. That might be the next topic. Hedonism. I feel like we deserve that. We gonna have that. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Why the fuck?
You so
Why do
sweet.
they lie
I
to us and
forgot
tell us
what
we
you
gotta die to experience heaven when heaven's right down here right now?
Oh,
You right now,
absolutely not.
you
You
know for
gotta die to
yourself.
experience hell. I done
A,
experienced hell on earth.
a subscriber, you have how many subscribers on your personal pages, right? Those subscribers can be followers,
Mhm,
worshipers, supporters, however you want to word the word, because we like words so much. But the
Hmm.
energy is they want to do something for you. So whether you acknowledge it or not, once you acknowledge who you are, there's an army of people that will do for you if you allow them to do it.
absolutely.
So it's just like intentions is weird because nobody's intentions are the same as like my intentions are to fuck over your life. Who has time to waste their energy with life so short to fuck over some like y'all are picking the worst of the worst and then blaming everybody for the choices that not
Right.
that in general, but with the power that you do have, especially talking about sex magic and
Mhm.
orgasms and things of that nature, you should only be fucking with the top tier.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Definitely.
That would do what? That would raise all these beta males, will step their shit up
Absolutely.
or phased out. It's just a lot going on, and we work. They telling you worry about the wrong ones. You see what I'm saying? They be telling you about worry about the wrong ones. Clearly, we haven't been together. We haven't been unified in a very long time. Clearly, when we come back together, maybe they should be worried about us in general.
Oh,
Right.
So,
absolutely.
I,
uh,
I want to
Mari got something she want to say.
I
I
want
should go.
to say something to OG Egypt about why you and Stormy are here tonight. This is that time where
Mhm,
women, the divine feminine, this dark feminine, and like if we're talking about, you know, spicy dancers and people in that world and what they call the underworld, that is the strongest and the deepest are there. And they're there
Hmm.
because sexual energy is the beginning and ending of everything. So if they can get them in their rawest form and they can interfere in that mind and suck them up, that's what's going to happen. So only the ones like you are able to come out of that world, and now I have something to share, I have something to teach. And so
Mm-hmm.
that there's so many people that are going to be coming for the food that you have to offer, because we have a lot of young women that are in that world, and they're getting younger by the minute going in there, and
Oh
they're
yes.
not protected, they're not aware. And
Right.
so this is why judgment is so important, that people need to mind their fucking business, because everybody has to do what they have to do. And
Right.
so that's why it's so important not to judge, because however, whatever you judge on anybody, that shit is coming back to you. Okay.
Absolutely.
So that's just what it is. It's important to be proud of your experience because you get to have it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Swear to
So
God.
another thing that's really important about the orgasm to remember is that you are creating from your subconscious mind. So for example, Orisha Stone, when he orgasmed, every time abracadabra, he's gonna get some information about land, something about land. I mean, that he lives land and stone and all of this stuff that's already in his subconscious mind. But
Right.
if a person has issues that they have not dealt with in their subconscious thoughts, and they're living in poverty, but I'm talking about a poverty that comes from the soul, then every
Mm,
time that they orgasm, they're going to be creating the very thing that they hate,
multiplying that. Mm-hmm.
that they're going to be, you know what I'm saying? So your orgasm, just like when women are wanting to, okay, I can do it myself. Oh, so I can rub one off because I want a house or whatever, whatever. If you do not match the frequency of what it is that you want, the only thing that you're manifesting during that orgasm is the vibrational frequency of who you are, without, because infinite intelligence is talking to your vibrational frequency, not the words or whatever you're wearing, nothing like that. So that
Yes.
Right.
orgasm, it'll feel great, but if you're not good within, then you are going to be creating other things in your life that are going to lead you to that awakening, so that you can finally wake up to your power and figure out, oh shit, I've been manifesting some bullshit because I need to
Playing.
get right within my.
Right.
Playing. And I'm so glad you said that. Like, I'm so glad you touched on that, sister, because that's it. Playing. I was fucking playing. When I sat
You
there
shouldn't
and,
have been
and I
playing. I
literally
learned the hard way. I
paused.
wasn't even manifesting, dude. I was just doing my. I was like, I want to start modeling again. He came around. And when I say like he set my soul on fire. Like we the last time we did that, like I was burning, like not down there like that, not like that, but like my soul was like literally on fire. Like I'm walking around like, oh my god, like I'm drinking water. I'm like, woo. I'm like, you're hot. I'm looking at my friends. They
That
like,
Okay,
I'm
energy.
you
like,
guys, I
I'm
have,
like, oh my. I'm like, what is that? Like, to where I had to lay in front of my altar. I'm crying at my altar. I'm like, y'all, please help me out. They like, stop messing with that guy Ty. Leave him alone. So when I told him,
Hmm.
like, I was like, you a warlock. You do, but I was like, you're not balanced. And oh, what you mean? I was like, you set my soul on, like my soul was burning. Like I wanted to cry. Like I had to lay in front of my altar and ask them for forgiveness. Like I'm asking my ancestors for forgiveness. I'm like, I don't know what did I do? They like, stop sleeping with that man. I'm like, okay, like stop sleeping with him. Like, and ever since then, I have not had no situations like that.
Oh, girl, talk about it. And that's a great point because that's exactly what I was saying, right? And so, like the sister in the comment when she said, beware of not, it's nothing wrong with it, and it was nothing wrong with him, but that was a karmic relationship. And I only say that because when I asked for that, right, and I presented myself to him and him with me or whatever, we initially jumped in head first doing magic, and it was between two consenting spirits. Like we both agreed initially, that this what it was gonna be, but I still was not ready. Okay, so any repercussions that I had faced was from my own doing. He wasn't inherently a horrible person. It just he was not for me, and I did not
Mm-hmm.
realize that, and I ignored the signs and everything, and then it became the time where I was throwing out chaos magic every time something went wrong. That's when I began to fuck shit up. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Arisha. So like I began to fuck shit up. Okay, and that's when blood sorcery came into play. I was just doing some dangerous shit, okay, and I
Mm-hmm.
began to fuck up. So when I did ask for this person and it was presented to me, because I created that reality for myself, because I asked for that, I was not ready, and that was not the time nor the place. But I was, I want something new, I want this underworld goddess, and I did not know when I was come it was gonna come like it wasn't. That's who he was. I mean, knowledgeable than a motherfucker, smarter than a bitch,
Mm-hmm.
everything that I asked for. But it was not a union that was supposed to be had, and I was just asking for shit. And I'm telling you, like, down to the point where even when the separation happened, we're in two different places and fucking doing sex, literally masturbating to each other's fucking pictures. Like, that's some dangerous ass shit, and calling each other back just to create a fucking storm again. So that be and I'm still paying that off. Karmic debt, bitch, I'm in debt. But I'm cool because it's lessons in everything that we fucking do. You know what I'm saying? So I know next time I'm gonna be specific. And I'm gonna be real intentional about what I'm asking for of the universe, not just when it comes to a person, but in general. And I'm gonna be careful with these O's that I'm releasing, because that is a lot of energy. And when it's done just out of boredom, or you just need to feel something, create, brainstorm,
That's
create, because
creation.
it's a lot. Oh, absolutely. That's
So
when you do have those urges, it's time to create some shit. You want to be creative, so use that O to
Mm-hmm.
create something powerful, something that you need. Excuse the smoke, y'all. Manifest something that'll be for the betterment of the spirit, and put that shit into the physical too.
Right.
I got to add
how
for
should I
that.
say? Quick
I
question.
mean, we
Oh, go
we
ahead.
do it a lot. I mean, a lot of females they do it a lot, but like once you learn that lesson, you get that lesson, you learn from it. You look, I'm not doing that ever again.
Hell
Like
no.
I remember, and actually that was like no, 2019 was my second lesson. I would have had twins with my baby daddy, and like it was just we always was butting his. Arisha can tell y'all like there'll be times when he'll call me and he in the background yell, "Oh, you sleeping with that man?" I'm like, "What? He all the way down in Florida? Like this is the man who made my wine. What are
I'm
you talking
flying to
about?
that dick.
Like what are you talking about?" Arisha would be like, "I mean, if I want a wife, I can. Like, what are you talking about?" Like, I'd be like,
Look at
"Just
him,
don't
the
feed
devil on the
into it.
shoulder.
Like, don't please do not feed into this foolishness that he got going on." And it was like when like I had the miscarriage and everything, I went outside and it started thunderstorming. I'm fussing at Oya and I was like, "You said you was like gonna take one and I could keep one." And she was like, "You struggling with the one he gave you now. Why would you want two more?"
And you talking to
Girl,
Oya,
talk
you talking
about
about the wrong one, because you know she'll take something now. You know
And
Oya.
she
This is year
will,
9, and she
she will,
lost 9 babies.
and she
So
will. And I was like, "You got that." And I went back in the house. I was like, "You right. I'm gonna go back in the house, ma, and I'm gonna sit down. I apologize." Like I just
let me
sat down on
sit
the
in
couch,
this and
like,
let it fester.
yeah.
yo,
She was you.
quick
So you want to
question.
have two more with him and
That part.
struggle and keep
It might
struggling?
be a quick
Okay.
answer.
Your bodies are computers. Number one, the woman is a computer within itself. Your portals. Number two, the unk literally represents the black woman, not all women, but the black woman. And so that
Hmm.
means you can get downloaded programs, and it knows when you're supposed to say yes and when you're supposed to say no. Because y'all are bringing different spiritual warriors and whatnots in through the universe. Your child is powerful. Think about it. If you were a bruja when you had your baby, you didn't have your baby in an unconscious state. You had your baby in a conscious state.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, when I had my kids, I had all my kids in the conscious state, so my kid that just elevates them a lot. Also, the guy that said, Divine Grace said, off subject, but certainly related. What about spiritual partners blocking third relationships?
Meaning,
I
like
was about
us,
to say, what does that mean? Like
like
a
a
third
third
part?
party trying to interfere spiritually with a relationship.
I think so. Yeah.
No, I just wanted to be clear, like um,
I mean, most
Yeah, because I was a little confused about that one too. Because then I was like 3D, like I was like thinking like a 3 dimensional, and then I was
3D
like,
relationships, black and 3D relationships,
oh, I didn't
spiritual.
see that.
Oh, yo, you know what? Let me put that back up. You absolutely right. I read it wrong. Forgive me. Off
I did
subject,
too.
but certainly related. What about spiritual partners blocking 3D relationships? Like, and we all know that you might have a spiritual husband or a spiritual wife or something of that nature, and
mm-hmm,
they might start interfering. Or like, I don't think that you should be with somebody if you already. I think you should be real intentional with certain things. I'll get back to that later. But with that, it makes a third earthly relationship, 3D earthly relationships. I see what you're saying. 3D earthly relationships. So I just felt
mm-hmm.
now that's
I
deep
figured it
because
was
It
earthly
is.
no,
relationships because
think about
I
this.
was like,
When you're married to Shango, or let's say it's another entity that it's a female entity that when you marry her, she's a Loa. Uh, Not Mama Bridget, but it's a female Loa that when she marries you, when you get married to her, all your other relationships she'll get rid of them. So now I'm trying to kind of tap into what they were saying. Yeah. When it comes to that, like the only way you can have a spiritual, you pledge yourself to this. It's not like they forcing something on you. So it's like
Hmm.
whatever kind of don't put no extra karma on yourself. If you get spiritually married, then be spiritually married. Like people think way too loosely with their intentions. So spiritual partners. Boom. Hold
Ooh.
up now. God has said spiritual partners are egg bay partners in heaven. They have to be appeased, so not to harm 3D relationships. That's deep. Thank you for that, goddess.
Yeah, thank you.
Like for real, for real. Yo, real quick question. What stones? Because I know each one of you guys are into stones, and the goddess be back in a second. But while she's gone, um, what stones are we using?
Ooh, that was good.
Like first off, the subject wasn't even sexuality, but of course, loosely sensuality always can blur those lines, right? But
mm-hmm.
in sensuality, sexuality, and not just sexual hedonism, but sexual healing, right?
Hmm.
What stones are we using for sexual healing? What stones are we using for to help give people a pleasure? What different things? What is that?
Okay, so this is carnelian. I don't know if I'm saying it right because it's not or
Carnelian.
sensual, but it's yes. Thank you
Carnelian.
so
Carnelian.
much. So that's used for creativity, confidence, boldness, assertiveness. I mean, it is tied to the sacral chakra too. So, and when you're
Mm-hmm.
working with sensuality, look at him smiling. When you're working with sensuality and pleasure, and you want to manifest things of that nature, that would be the perfect stone to use. You could also use it while having sex for women who are trying to conceive. It's not going to make you fertile, but you can tie that with rose quartz and put it under
That's
your
what I
pillow
got.
and do the deed, and thank me later. But anyways, that's a great stone to start
Fact.
off with.
You know what? You know what carnelian is, right?
What is it?
You went to for. Do you know what carnelian is, or did you just like intuition brought you to carnelian?
It
You know
brought
what
me
carnelian?
to it when yeah.
Carnelian is the blood of a set, the blood of Hathor.
Ah.
Like Hathor, okay, in different phases, Hathor is the mother of turquoise, but a set to be birthed, dude, that whole Jesus thing or the blood of Jesus is really the blood of a set. The blood of a set
Mm,
is carnelian.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a
look at that.
protection stone. Look it up. Don't take my word for it. Dig deep into that. We're talking about. We didn't speak on those goddesses because we were just talking about the dark goddesses. On the light
Right.
goddesses, look up a set in Hathor, and the blood of Hathor is carnelian. That's why the Egyptians were so in love with it. It is a root chakra, a sacral chakra stone, and heart chakra stone as well. It is the protection because it's the blood of the mother. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
He's about to
that's
hug
powerful.
himself.
No, carnelian is man. Look, carnelian is amazing.
I
I
got it
gotta.
on.
See,
I
look at
got
the
it on my
confirmation. It's
door.
everywhere.
I got it. I got it compared with rose quartz. I got some underneath the bed. I
Hmm.
got it on my neck with my rose quartz. I got the rose quartz underneath the bed. Look.
So yours, you went for the rose quartz. And how do
Yep.
you feel about
No,
rose?
and carnelian. I got both
Yeah,
of
Oh,
those
you
quartz.
can
that's a
pair
That's
that
what I
with
was
combination.
the
saying.
rose quartz as well.
I have sun moon also. A
Okay, we're
sun
gonna
moon
play with this.
stone.
Let's play with it
He said,
because
"Let's play
one
My
with
sun
one
it."
big
moon.
combination that I realized on full moons, you know this, on full moons, pair moonstone and rose quartz together,
Mm.
Mm.
and that always gets you a good result. Like I said, you can thank me later for that one. Moonstone, because anything that you do, like I say, is going to magnify. You're speaking to the ancestors with the moonstone. The rose quartz and moonstone is just a strange combination. It's really, really powerful, and people really be like undermining and overlooking rose quartz. But rose quartz in different combinations is powerful. It balances out
Oh,
energy.
absolutely. That's
Mm.
why I
Yeah,
said it'll be great to pair with the carnelian stone as well, because for the rose quartz, that's a lot to do with love,
And self
unconditional
love.
love, emotional healing, and stuff like that. And so when you working in these type of fields, right, and especially when it comes to sensuality, this I feel like would be a great pair to have. Lay it next to the bed if you if it happens to not be a full moon, because you always want them to be cleansed because they hold a lot of energy, obviously.
Hmm.
It's not going to do the work, it'll amplify it. So let's make that clear, for anybody that's watching that does not know. um if it's not a full moon, grab you a you know what
Selenite.
this is.
That's
Grab that.
selenite.
You could charge it with just your intentions alone. Look at
I
with
was
just
about to
your
say it.
intentions alone. Grab it, pray over it, talk over it, whatever, because prayer is just talking and affirming what you need. And there you got some clear charge ready to go, amplified, because it'll amplify the work, that the crystals will
Adorn.
work in favor for you. So yeah, those are my two right there that I would say, and if the goddess has anything else to share, I feel like
Mm.
these two are going to be my main things when it comes to sensuality, pleasure, wanting to be connected with the body, and the feminine aspect of it
Let's
all,
get it.
and
Let's play
men
with
too.
it.
Yeah.
Let's play with it.
What is that? I got my labradorite. That's in my
Labradorite?
hair. Hmm. I got it on a ring, but it's in my hair.
Oh God.
That reflects off negative energies. I never
Some.
considered it as, huh?
It says some, but it helps me with my creativity.
Got you. Got you.
So it helps with like my blockages and stuff like that. Like so when it's like I remember when I lost it. Oh my god, like I was panicking. I was like, where is it? Like like I'm running around. Because you know how crystals do be dumping through dimensions. I don't think people really know that. Like crystals when they done with you, they will jump back to where they need to go and
I
cleanse
said, see.
themselves and heal. So a lot of people don't know that. So I thought I was like, oh my god, it left me and I need it. Like I'm no, like come back. But I found it. But like that helps me to ease my mind. Rose quartz, that helps me with my self love. I don't have a problem loving myself. I love me. I love Stormy. Y'all don't gotta love me. And I tell people that every day. You don't gotta fucking like me. Fuck,
Stop being
fuck
so
you.
mean.
Excuse my
Let somebody love you.
excuse my
Damn,
French.
you always got the guards up. Bring
I
in.
don't even have my guards up.
I
Let
got
me
It's
that.
know.
first of all, when you hit me up, I've known you since 2018, 2019. So when you said, hey, I was like, no, you need to get this man back his page because he always says Alafia. I didn't know who it was. I thought he got hacked. I really did. Like, I was getting ready
You
to
know,
post
I always pick up. My mind moves fast. I picked up from the last time we had a conversation. And
it.
my bad about that, but I be doing 1,000 and trillion and one things. So
I
my
was
bad
like,
about that.
get that man back his page. But, like, rose quartz, self love. And a lot of females, they need to learn to self love. You don't need a man to love you.
Mm-mm. You can let one, but
Like,
it's not needed.
you need one, but I'm not saying like to love yourself. Oh, I
I
want this
got you.
great man. I want this man who's like this, but you don't love yourself.
Hmm.
So how
So
you gonna get
rule
him?
number one always
And how
goes
you
back
gonna get
to
that great man? And then you think
you
he
don't
gonna
know yourself.
tolerate you and your crash outs? He gonna be like, oh, I don't gotta deal with this, shorty. I'm an excellent man. I'm out of here. Deuces.
That's that
And like a lot of
disconnection.
females, like especially the younger generation, I've seen it so much. And now that like I'm 29, I was like, was I like
Are you
that when I was
29?
back in my early 20s? And I be looking like, no, I was not like that. Like I was a loyal female. Like these young, like these
Shit.
young females and these young women who are trying to step into the spiritual realm, following TikTok trends and things like
Mm.
that, and doing, here we go, putting spaghetti in putting the blood in the spaghetti, or putting my underwear in his,
It always
like,
backfires though.
it does,
Because
and
you're
they
gonna get
don't
stuck with something you
realize
don't
that.
want.
Hmm.
Like, one
Head
girl,
stuck between the wash
she
and the
came to
dry.
me and she was like, I need you to make me something. So I'm like, make you something for what? She was like, a honey jar or something so he can stay bouncing me. I was like,
Bitch, you need
sweetheart.
one for yourself.
I was like, do you even love yourself?
Mhm.
She like, yeah, I love me. What are you talking about? I was like, no, do you love yourself? Like, have you sat and talked with the younger you and had y'all little one-on-one conversation? Because one thing about that little girl that's inside of you and that teenager inside of you, they gonna tell you about yourself. And a lot of females don't know how to go in and talk to the younger them.
OG Yemi be saying y'all gotta talk to y'all womb. Look down and talk to y'all wombs. Oh,
I do. I mean, I say a whole. Look, I apologize. Like, I need you
apologize
to
No,
get
that
it
is
together.
true.
for letting the wrong motherfucker to the club up. Hey, yo, Ruby, I really be fucking with these rubies hard, man. Ruby is amazing. That's a heart chakra, crown chakra, but it's also root chakra, cleansing the root chakra, but it also protects the root chakra. Like some people
Mm,
don't deserve to touch you, and like you said, labradorite is a dope thing. So you want to learn to keep. If they don't deserve you, don't just let everybody in your spiritual garden. Rhodonite,
mm-hmm.
rhodonite, and rhodocrosite are two of my favorites, especially if you had your little fill of rose quartz, step it up a little bit.
Period.
And get you some rose quartz and rhodocrosite and rhodonite. Very powerful, but more than just lovey-dovey shit. It's more about healing. So like
Mm-hmm.
we were talking about
Yeah,
sexual
text me that
healing
because I don't
from
know how to spell it.
rhodocrosite. Hold on one second.
Drop it in the chat for the
Got
viewers
Rhodonite.
you.
too.
It's up there. Wow.
I think my lady balance has that.
So no, I mean, even if you don't, you already know we can get you any kind of stones, but rhodocrosite is a rare one, but it's also really, really powerful. And we're talking about sexual healing because the people have sexual traumas. So rhodocrosite
Mm-hmm.
is definitely something you tap into.
Yeah.
Rhodonite is another one. Um, amethyst. I think like we go to rose quartz, and rose quartz is just the sister of amethyst. And amethyst is
Amethyst
crown
is
chakra, but it's
great.
passion too. It's crown chakra, third eye chakra, but it's also passion. Like I believe a lot of y'all, if y'all haven't had an orgasm in the 3D world, y'all in trouble because when y'all get to the spiritual world and have an orgasm, woo, let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm
You
glad you
behind time
said
if you ain't had
that.
a 3D orgasm yet. So
Listen, I'm glad you fucking said that because have like when you having this divine connection, right, and you get to know your body and yourself, right? And you invite this second party in, and has anybody ever truly, because you can have sex, but have you ever had a true orgasm? And when you laying down with that person, you fucking lose your breath in the physical, like you
Mm-hmm.
cannot fucking breathe. That is so. I mean, look at old revelation, but it's so goddamn powerful. It is so amazing, and I
that's
could
when you're
like,
supposed to ask for the house. That's when you're supposed to ask
man.
for the raise. That's when you're supposed to ask for
Listen,
some abundance of money. Listen, God loves you so much that she gonna pay you just for existing. I don't know where y'all got this concept that you're supposed to work and die. All you got to do is enjoy
right,
yourself and live in heaven on earth and in heaven. Like heaven is an
man,
energy.
shit. If I got
Heaven
to
is an
die to
energy. You better
experience
enjoy
it, I will
yourself.
pull it.
Another one, Hi John the Conqueror. Oh, and then I got to get to this question. Hold up, Goddess or the God Marie, let her name is another. Is there another stone? Is there another stone for January than garnet? I'm an Aquarius, and garnet doesn't resonate. I'll give you one. Like we just said, amethyst. You most definitely can tap into amethyst.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, don't you can do ruby, but you don't want to have if ruby. You don't want to have ruby with garnet at all. Like those are not a good combination at all. So try if you don't resonate with ruby, if you want something, I mean, if you don't resonate with garnet, try ruby. If you don't like ruby, go with amethyst or even tanzanite. I would say try tanzanite and see how that feels for you. So tanzanite is amazing. especially for an Aquarius. This an Aquarius, yeah, Tanzanite. I should have thought about that. Aquarius is this is the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is
Hell yeah.
yeah.
It's your
So Tanzanite
time.
is all chakras, but it's really third eye. It's really third eye, crown, and three ethers above. So yeah, Tanzanite.
Welcome
Oh,
back, girl.
Y'all,
oh,
I got a visit from Sekhmet. It's so funny because I was
all
talking,
hell segment.
and this is y'all. Okay, we talk about manifesting. I gotta find my glasses, y'all, because little old ladies. I'm gonna stop calling
Carnalini.
myself an old lady, but I can't see.
Carnaline.
But this sister came and
And
she had a tattoo of Sekhmet on her foot, and she's a client of mine, but I didn't know how deep she was into Sekhmet. And I'm just like, and she's a speaker. She helps young women kind of find themselves. She works more in the public, right? Like for colleges and stuff, but because she knows what's going on, she's getting into that world and she's bringing those girls more into the private sector of life so that they could understand the power. She's about to go to Egypt and
Ooh.
practice because her baba passed, and he's making sure that she goes to Egypt. So pardon me for the disruption, but I had to take that, and it is a benefit for all of us. Let me just say that, ladies, we are right on everything. Just keep doing what you're doing, keep practicing the things you practice, because there's going to be funds available to fund your vision. There's
You
people
just said
that have infinite wealth that are needing organizations to pour money into to help communities. And it's not about people that got certificates, it's about people that have studied life and they have mastered the skills that they master. It's not the same for everybody. And there's room for everyone because everybody's individual talents are necessary. Like, can't
mm-hmm.
nobody do what you could do. It don't matter if they look like you, if they're your
Right.
twin, they cannot. Everybody is an individual, and your energy and your gifts are important. I yield because I want to catch up to what y'all was doing.
No,
but right now we
Crystal.
were just
Mm-hmm.
talking about
Awesome.
we were just breaking one. It's funny. I'm about to give you the invocation of Sekhmet. It's in the it's in this cool little book I got. I can't really talk about the book, but we were talking about different stones that we
Uh-huh.
can tap into divine sensuality, divine feminine, sexual healing. Like you were talking about the other night on Big Brother channel, the Al Shade Network, sexual healing for sexual trauma. We always talk about sex and like is, but have you ever noticed a lot of people that were sexually traumatized are kind of infatuated with the same kind of act now? You see what I'm saying? So we were talking about sexual healing with Rhoda Knight, Rhoda Crossite, just to step it up from Rose Quartz. Um, and then you came in, we were just everything you just said. I literally just told them
Yeah, because
that their mama
did you
loves
say
them so
that
much
carnal this one is
that they would pay
connected
you to
to?
exist. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. That what was that? What was that? OG Carnelian?
Yes.
That's the I love
Absolutely.
Carnelian.
Absolutely. You called it right out. I feel like that'll definitely be a perfect one when we are talking about wanting it to connect with like our sensual, passionate side,
Mm-hmm.
because it is that bold assertiveness, creative, confident, um, and it is tied also to the sacral chakra and the root. So I feel like that'll be great. And I said that I would pair it with the rose quartz, and when needed charge it with the selenite one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so it'll be, just an amazing combo. That's what I would use. And I got those specifically for this conversation, for this
Uh-huh.
live, because I am just sorry, the comments. Yeah, I'm feeling the energy. And so I'll say this is definitely what I'm gonna present if I, would recommend, um, for a lady who wants to start to work with crystals, and it's
Mm-hmm.
specifically wanting to work with, being more sensual and passionate. And so what do you think? What stones, what crystals would you have in mind? Would you recommend?
Well, I'm a big fan of. I love the carnelian. I think carnelian is
Hmm.
great for creativity and for that sensual energy. And I love selenite too because selenite is just going to amplify that
Yes.
carnelian.
Yes.
I love rhodochrosite. That's the pink stone, and I think that he told you guys about it. And the reason why I love rhodochrosite is because it's the only stone that focuses on the self love. You
Mhm.
know, especially for people that have suffered sexual trauma. So I just love that stone, and I love Galena because Galena is is a stone for the shadow self. Like you work
Nice.
with Galena
Mm-hmm.
deep. It's going to be a nice, glistening, smooth ride, and you'll be able to look at your experiences and not be drowned by them. So yes, I love those
You said Galena?
Galena, Galena. But when
Okay,
you
cool.
work with Galena, it's going to be important to have it. You have to have it encased because it's a poisonous stone. So
Okay.
you would have it like in a orgon type of technology for that. Um, Another stone that's good for love, for self love too, is peridot for love and abundance.
Mm. Heart chakra. Yo, God,
I'm learning new stones.
yeah, no, each one of these deities, each one of these entities that y'all calling on, there's some of them like even Sekhmet, when it comes to domestic violence, when it comes to like I don't see how in 2025 people are still having these problems when you know that you're gonna fuck yourself up doing the wrong shit. Uh there's deities when you're talking about the dark feminine, there's deities that protect the woman. Look Loas that you can talk to. Sekhmet is one of them. She protects women. Best is one of them as well. Protect women and children. There's an invocation for Sekhmet, and there's also stones, like you were talking about the carnelian or ruby for Sekhmet. Um, Also, the goddess was saying, let me see, she said something earlier that struck me, and I had to write down a note on it, and it was just talking about the situation between black men and black women. I think at the time, there's way too many stories like this where we're not hearing great things from black men, and it's weird. So,
Mhm.
It's
especially when everybody,
it's done on purpose. There's nothing
it's
more
by design. I think it's most definitely by design.
Yeah, there's nothing more powerful than a black man and a black woman together. Nothing more.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
So they're afraid of it because what's birthed from that is more amazing things, and they don't want that. They scared.
I see. I
Absolutely.
see.
What's the movie from 1970? It's a 1970 movie.
Swag.
Claudine. Is
I
that the movie?
talking about Claudine. I think it is.
Yeah, but she had that. See, I was talking to somebody about that, and I was like, if you want to see how they really wanted to break down the dynamic of the black woman and the black man,
Uh-huh.
watch that movie and understand how when he had to hide in a closet when the caseworker came because she was on welfare,
Yep.
she had to hide
Mm.
all her new stuff
Yep.
that he brought her. She had to hide him in the closet, and it was a white lady, not being racist. I'm not racist. It was a white
Girl,
lady.
stop.
Because you know they be quick. Oh my god. No, I'm not. I'm not that. I can
Who?
be, but I'm not that. I'm just real. And the lady, she walked through the door and she was like, and who is he? And she was like, oh, he's just the maintenance man. Whole time that's her man. But she had to hide him just so
Yeah.
that she could keep getting her benefits.
Yeah.
And that's how it started to break down in the black household.
Mhm.
Like we don't look at it like I was like, if you watch that movie, that literally tells you how they started to use that agenda of if the black man and the black woman come back together, how strong it is.
Yeah.
How strong the black man, the black the black family is.
Oh
How
yeah.
strong it is.
The black
They
family.
had to break it down. Once you remove, because I was like, look, and I'm bisexual, so y'all can't cancel me because I'm a part of y'all. I said it the other day. I was like, yo, it's I was like, yo, it's too many gay black men. And my
Well,
friend was like,
you
what?
just said y'all don't want to give it up to them, so they got to figure something out.
Man,
No,
find
it's
something
not
to
that. It's just like I was like,
find something to do.
it's too many booty doers. And my friend was like, well, dang,
God.
that's how
Did you
you feel.
Ain't
say too
Baltimore the
many
chocolate city? Ain't, no,
is
that's
that
Detroit.
You got a lot of DLs. Yes.
Put goddess on the
yeah.
screen. Let me see what that is on her hand.
This is a wand.
Oh, that is beautiful. And that's one of your creations. I see them asking that is gorgeous.
Yes, they glow in the dark. I'll show one that I have behind me. I've been working with this one a lot because it's all about prosperity and abundance and tapping into that
Mm-hmm.
because it's the time for it. That's why they want everybody to be scared because there's a wealth transfer that's happening now and it's coming to you by your vibrational frequency. If you believe that
Oh.
you have it. So there is shredded fiat notes in here. I use some uh what is that?
Wow.
This. I use selenite. I used unakite. I use obsidian. There's black tourmaline in here.
Love
There's
that song.
scene. There is did I say mahogany, obsidian, black tourmaline, hematite, pyrite, and this is the bottom of it, but those
Damn.
crowns starts to get hot when you're making it, and it'll just start crackling. But yes, this is an Orgone energy battery pyramid, and
Mm-hmm.
this has enough energy to filter my entire little neighborhood, but definitely my entire house. The lady,
That is gorgeous.
thank you.
It really is. Look.
And that is these creations are sexual energy. This is prana. And so when you create this, this protects you from electromagnetic frequencies. This protects you from digital pollution. And in a past lifetime, I'm pretty sure I on my own in my body because I'm very fascinated by the phallus. And so I create them and I use their power because the wand is very powerful. So I use this tool if I have pains in my body. I use it as a massager. I not this particular one, but tools like this can be used for your inner healing if you recognize what I am speaking of. And so it's the same as like a yoni egg. And so when you're using something like this, you're able to clear your energetic system from the inside from all of the demonic energy that sticks to us as women from men that we have, allowed to enter our body because the DNA
Right.
of these men will exist in our system forever.
For
So
years,
it's
yeah.
important that we cleanse ourselves as much as we possibly can from this energy, and not just with things with your mind. When you have thoughts about these energies, you have to remove it, like create this little string. And Joe Schmo, oh, he was, yeah, you're not fooling with him no more. You need him to get out your system. You Joe Schmo, with all this love, I'm gonna send you right back to where you belong. You take your that string, you put it in your sacral chakra, you remove that energy from
Mhm.
there with love, and you release. It's important for us to be able to use our power all the time because it's always
Mhm.
working. But when you direct it with intention, and ladies, the spicy dances, extra power. That's why you were in that world,
Mhm.
because of your divine creative energy, your energy to be able to take on energy of the masculine in that capacity and not lose the ever loving mind. So I thank
Right.
and
Heavy on the not lose your mind.
I chair, I chair to y'all for doing the work that you did. And without, see, this there were I was talking to somebody about this, pleasure palaces. And there were pleasure palaces, and these pleasure palaces in ancient times, we would go there, and it was not about physical sex. It was about the divine feminine energy was so profound and so honored and respected that we didn't have to do much. So men and the men that would be in these palaces, we met kings from other places, like people that were making changes in their communities in the world. So it wasn't a thing that it was just about a pleasure, what is it, a insignificant pleasure, or like these men that have to rule colonies, all of this stuff. They're on a constant stress of energy of what they have to do. So they will go to these pleasure palaces so that they could feel the ease of a woman. They don't, just so that they could be around the woman, watch her dance, watch her be a
You pay
woman
good money for it.
to the man.
Mhm.
And that helps him relax, and it helps him be inspired so that all of his energy centers are aligned. But
That's
the
the
world
same as the geisha, ain't it?
ugly. they started making it, I mean, y'all already know what it is, but it was something really
Mhm.
fine and powerful. And it's important that
Absolutely.
we get back to the science and the love of what that was and the
Hmm.
respect and honor of what
I
that was.
see. Is that the same as a geisha goddess?
Say that again.
A geisha? Am I saying that right?
A geisha.
Yeah.
Geisha was, yep. Geishas are doing our sacred goddesses also. Yeah.
Man, I be hating when women, like me and the goddess were having a conversation earlier, and it was like a lot of women be saying this weird thing to me, and it's kind of weird when I hear it. They were like, I can't tap into my divine feminine energy, or I can't. And it's sad because as woman, that's like your best. You know what I'm saying? Your skill. That's your best gift, and you out here not trying to tap into your feminine energy. So yeah, you most definitely those
Some
people.
women really can't though. They can't because of trauma. They can't
Hmm.
because the blockages are so strong. When it's coming from your own mother, right? The mother is the creator. So when you have these young women that your mama is telling you, you a bitch, you ain't nothing, you ain't never gonna
Yup.
be nothing,
Mhm.
whatever, that's like poison, 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 poison in the soul. So women, because we're so powerful, we're able to compartmentalize. And so we're able to block that out. And I'm just going to focus on survival and what's going to get me by. So now
Hmm.
all of these energies are just blocked up in us. We don't know how to heal it. So orgasm, hell no, we can't achieve that shit.
What's that?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's mental.
Hmm.
Like it's so interesting because men, and of course it's the male mind, they think that if you penetrate a woman, you get in there long enough, she gonna like it. No, that feels like fucking fire. If she does not want that, if she does not love you, if she does not like you, and you are forcing that upon a woman, there is no bit of pleasure that she is receiving
Hmm.
from that. And the mental fuckery that it does, we're not even gonna begin on that one. You understand? So there are a lot of things that women experience that cause these blockages, and they cannot be unveiled or released unless they unveil them and release them themselves. And there's some women that are so scarred that they're like, nope, ain't nothing ever happened to me. Nope, I don't know what you're talking about. Sure did.
Right.
Nope, I've never been touched. I never, nothing. They just can't. They won't look at it. And so that prevents everything. Those are the same women that are having sex with their men and they're like, oh, uh-huh, yep, yeah, I'm there, I did it, yep. You know what I'm saying? Pretend
Live.
just so that they can maintain a relationship because
Everybody gonna be mad.
off there. There's
They're gonna
a
be mad. If
gets
you
down
don't get on my
to what has happened to the woman. It's as deep as the motherfucking ocean because
Yes.
that's how powerful we are and we intake all things.
I see.
So woman does not know, and her community doesn't know how to nourish her. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just downhill. But the beautiful part is that the Most High, infinite intelligence, made it so that every individual has the power to self heal and do it on
Hmm.
their own without nobody around. Because look, your spirit guides, that they will take you to where you need to go for your healing. They will put the right people around you, and they will take the wrong ones away. That's 100%. When you start trusting yourself, it'll happen.
Yep.
I say. Well, guys, we pushed this for them in 2 hours already. It was amazing, but I think we can do it again if y'all want to. We ain't got to push it all out in one night. Um, Guys, did you have any other stones or any other things that you could like helping with the? I'm talking to the connoisseurs of sensuality. What other stones you think? We talked about rose quartz, rhodocrosite, rhodonite, amethyst. Um, I think we said something about jasper.
Hmm.
Rose quartz and moonstone combinations. Oh, High John
Hmm.
the Conqueror. It's not always about love or High John the Conqueror, but he's a big fan of black women. So if you know what you're doing, and talking about sex magic,
Hmm.
do sex magic with some High John the Conqueror and see what happens in your life. This is your ultimate warrior. This is your guy. So, and by doing that, I mean when you have an orgasm, take your fluids, rub it on the High John, snap 3 times, and let him do what he gonna do. Whatever you need. There's no police gonna mess with you. No, all your law
Oh,
situations will
you
be
know
taken
what?
care
Let
of.
me write that down.
Let me go get
High
that
John for
stone
the win.
tomorrow.
High John for the win.
Um,
And for, uh,
I got one magnetite.
ooh, most
I thought
definitely.
she was
We
gonna
got a
say
magnet.
moldavite.
We
I
gotta
was
get
about to extra stage left. Like, look, I ain't ready for that one yet.
No, man, we got to get back into. She said magnetite and the magnet. We got to get back into magnetism. That energy she was talking about when the man would just pay to be because it was energy. We could feel the energy. That was magnetism.
Yeah, and this is what, and it's
Ooh,
right because it's this is a
you
stone.
got a raw piece
But
too. Wow.
what? Oh yeah, this
Hold
I
on.
I like it
Hold on.
raw. I love me some raw stones. It's like it's
Hey,
not like the raw ones, you know. The polished ones are cute, but the raw gives you all of the history of the
Hmm.
stone. And when you touch it, you're able to get the, just the vibrational frequency of how it is organically. You know what I'm saying? So what this does, this magnetite, is we are magnetic. We are magnets. So
Mm-hmm.
what magnetite does, it assists you in attracting all of the things that you're wanting to attract, right? So the magnetite is a very powerful stone to have.
I say,
I
I say.
also want to recommend one of the things, this right here. Can y'all see that?
What does it say?
Mm-hmm.
Sexual
Sexual Secrets.
secrets. Okay.
Okay, this is by Penny Penny Slinger and Nick Douglas. The Alchemy of Ecstasy. This is going to
Mm.
give information about the breath. This is going to give you information about the shamans of this culture. Like this, for example, this right here. This is a Chinese shaman, and you see how this is a wood carving. She's exposing her yoni, and this was a ritual. Like this was a beautiful thing for them people to have that and to experience this. So it's this this book is an amazing book because the authors, they went all over the world to find out about sexual energy and the poses and what they mean, like really going into your power. Why, like if you want to have, a child of a certain gender, different things that you're able to do with your breath, and then with the different cultures and how they practice. And yeah, it's so funny because this book was in my life a long time ago, like over 30 years. And I used to just look at it because I wanted to see the pretty people in other cultures, be like, "Ooh, look what they do. Look at that." And it was,
You
I
ever seen those?
love that.
You ever seen that wall? It's a wall. I want to say it's in India, but it might not be in India. It might be it's not even Hindu. It's like an ancient wall with all these black faces in it, somewhere in the Middle East or somewhere over there somewhere, like
Uh-huh.
India, I believe. But they have a wall where all the statues are making love in these different positions and whatnot, like
I know what you're talking
tantra.
about. I don't know where it's at though.
Look at this one right here. He got he got his feet, he got his toes in there and somebody and
That might be the
Bruh.
same
Oh
thing.
my
Yeah.
god.
It, they all Naga societies. People, we
Look,
lying to
these some
ourselves, not
freak stuff,
admitting what we
man.
are. If we acknowledge that, okay, you are a phoenix or you are a dragon, same thing, right? Then you got to
Mhm.
understand sexual energy is in chaos magic are your two primary sources of all energy. You see what I'm saying? And literally, Nagas, you look at sex in general as a ritual. Everything is ritualistic. We out here
yep.
passing out like candy, but it's really supposed to be ritualistic, and that's where our power is. So yeah, that right there is like even yoga is an art form of that. You know what I'm saying? The whole sexual arts
Mhm.
Yeah.
or kind of sensuality.
Just
Uh,
when you're really in your great space, your man shouldn't be knocked out after he orgasms. He should be energized. He should still be able to do what needs to be done. Depending, some people you can knock that man out. You know what I'm saying? But when you have proper energy, you're gonna be able to revitalize him with
Mhm.
the orgasm. So there's
Mhm.
there's a lot to learn about it because it has nothing to do with how sexy you think you are. You know what I'm saying? It's like when it comes to sexual magic and this whole world of sexual energy, it really is science. It's science and
Mhm.
biology. And like, this is how come sometimes you'll connect with somebody and you can't get them off of you. You're like, you're stuck. Now you're sprung. You're what is it? Digmatized,
Yes,
pussyfied.
dickmatized.
Yeah.
Dick was that.
So it's like, and you're like, I don't know what it is.
yeah,
It's chemicals in your body and the chemicals in their body. It's a
Right.
mess, and you're supposed to
Mhm.
create more with that. There's supposed to be, other things. But what happens too is people, they just don't know how to discern that information. because of course we never had it, so it's hard to, it's
This is a
hard to
new age of consciousness. This most definitely a new age of consciousness.
mm-hmm.
We said a couple of different key points because you said something about orgasm that stuck with me about a lot of people not having it. So you said a couple of things about fire, music, intentions. Nobody wanted to talk about love tonight, so I'll throw love in there because if we put love before any of that, that's a whole nother emotion right there that amplifies everything else. You were talking about peridot. That's a powerful stone for that heart chakra because we go
You
with our
gotta love
we
yourself.
sometimes, huh?
We say you gotta love yourself. That's what the dark feminine was. Learn
You
to
right,
love
but
yourself.
it's okay to love other people too. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you
It's
do
okay
got
to let
something
somebody
to
love you too. Like I think that a lot of people are so stuck on loving themselves, and
see.
fuck everybody else, and that
Let's
we built this
let's
wall
even
up
look
where
at it like
now we're
this.
missing the
How
point
about
of
we
loving
stop
each other,
competing with each other?
huh?
Competing with each other. That goes on a lot in the spiritual world too.
No, I'm saying,
Competitions.
but
Like,
I'm
why
talking
are
about
you
the
competing with me? We supposed to
yeah.
be
I'm
like
not. Nobody
we
should be
no no no
competing.
no not you. I'm
Yeah,
talking about like other people. Like I've noticed like the girl across who lives across from me. I noticed she's a siren. You know what I'm saying? Why don't attack me, shorty? Because I can learn something from you. You can learn something from me. I can help you manifest what you want. You can teach me how to manifest what I want. Why
man,
you
I keep
trying to
it
compete
simple.
with me?
It
I'm
ain't
not
even
competing with you.
one thing about it. We you know for a long time that you've been doing your business for a long time. We're gonna shout out your business too, but nobody can do what you do. The guy that she does what she does, I do what I do, you do what you do. Guess what? It's gonna be we can all have the same stone and do something completely different with it. You see what I'm
And
saying?
that's
So
what
I
I'm
don't worry about
saying. It don't
like
have to be
I
no
don't
competition.
care. One thing about it, that's why I say I seek the love. I don't give a fuck about no competition because there is no competition. There is no you can't. What Bruce Lee say? I can't have an enemy because there is no I in this motherfucker. Now, as far as the clan thing or the tribe thing, I only fuck with who fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Uh-huh.
give a fuck about nobody else whatsoever. I only fuck with who fuck with me. So you can compete if you want to. You're gonna waste a whole lot of time and energy trying to do what I've done, and that's just the catching up part. Now, like I said,
Her
going
be
back to the love
scaring
part,
me. She gonna
you know
have
what I'm
my
saying?
money.
When we embrace love and love ourselves, like you said, and embrace it's okay to love other people. It's okay to
Mm,
let people love you. Once we get back into that energy, now we're talking about real magic because we can talk about a set all day, except for we half-ass do the research. A set loved Asar. And she brought him back and put pieces body back together and created him a golden phallus. That's what she thought of, but she created him a
mm-hmm.
golden phallus. So that was a love ritual. And she did it out of love. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, love, intentions. Let's put the love before intentions. Intentions light you a candle. Light you a candle. If these women say they ain't orgasm, light you a nice little candle, light you some incense, some music. But before anything else, let's get this money right. I'm talking to the gentleman now. Get your money right because everything goes way better when the bill's paid. So get the money right. Love yourself enough to go to these women correctly. So these women ain't fussing at us saying, listen, get her a Yanni egg, an obsidian Yanni egg, put it up in there and cleanse out all that old energy. We're gonna reset that. Factory reset. Now I need you to focus on what we got going on right now because anything else don't exist. We got to show these women heaven on earth so we can like work together and get back into that love thing. Somebody said get back to the pleasure houses thing. I look, we can have heaven right here on earth and in the next heaven and the next heaven. They talk about several heavens in the Bible, Quran, and Torah. 7 layers of heaven, and all of them talk about if sex wasn't so important, why they throw it in every Bible, Quran, and Torah? Oh, if you do what we tell you to do, you'll have 70 virgins.
Yeah, right. Listen, they willing to
But you're also
die
ashamed
for
to say,
that.
but they didn't trick
Okay.
you out your spot. They didn't trick you out your spot and enjoying yourself in the real world and fake and trick you. If sex was in the spirit world, all those spirits wouldn't be so infatuated and coming down here to the 3D world. So clearly, sex
What?
is something powerful. So yeah, we can get off that's a childish way of thinking or whatever. We most definitely got to manifest way more abundantly. Think big. What you got, guys?
You thinking big.
Think big.
I think
You
Yeah, think big, bitch.
thinking
hey, that
small.
was my slogan for a while. My daughter was like, "Mom, what you talking about?" I'm like, "Gotta think big, bitch."
Right. Think big, bitch. You're thinking small.
Think small. I wanted to take a moment and give a cheer to our ancestors for making
Share.
it happen,
Mm-hmm.
for
Absolutely.
bringing us together tonight. This is the Ankh, and we know what the Ankh represents. This is a Nubian pyramid, and I used iron and shungite, iron and shungite mix there in the bottom, selenite all over here. And so I just wanted to make sure and send the energy out because it's so funny because it's like I be forgetting, y'all. I be forgetting I'm an elder. Look, I'm gonna get I'm gonna be able
You'll
to
look
get
it. You'll look it.
discounts. I'm gonna be able to get the
Looking damn good.
cost on Tuesdays.
Get,
I don't know. They
I'm
in the
done.
comments. Not the way they in the
I'm
comments
done.
now.
What happened?
I said not the way they in the comments now. You might look. You had the guys in your inbox. How can we get in contact with you if we wanted to support your business or like how can we get? Like, what's your Instagram and your YouTube and all that?
My Instagram is I am SCG13, Master Vibration 13. My direct line to get in contact with me, because I don't fucks with no middlemen's, is 818-233-5776. That is 818-233-5776. I do not have the store. Anything that you get would be from me directly because it would be specifically for you. I don't make
Mhm.
anything twice. These are my part of my wearable collection. This is copper
Beautiful.
silver, and then this is a blue topaz in there, and this is a creation that I made, a mix that I made. And so I make wearable pieces. Functional healing art is what I call it, and so that nobody has to know what you're doing. It looks nice and cute, and nobody knows your business.
Right.
And
It's beautiful.
again, yeah, so I create specifically for the individual. So yeah, my TikTok, Facebook. I don't really be on Facebook a whole lot, but yeah,
Right.
my
Me either.
life, and that's it. Forward to connecting with Stormy and OG Egypt some more because we got work to do in the world.
Absolutely. I'm
Yes, we
excited.
do.
That's
I
it.
shall say.
My goal,
Okay.
I want to teach, and I haven't. I've been doing this for 13 years. I'm just coming out of my cocoon. So, and they told me to start teaching people, but I teach people privately. And
Mhm.
once you learn how to create it, it's going to answer so much for you because the work that I've done with this energy is what has made me who I am today. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it works on so many levels that yes, you can create them and you can distribute them and sell them, but the main thing is creating them so that it can work for you. My energy
Mhm.
is in here forever. And so, because of the combination that I have in here, there's positive energy shooting at me all the time, transforming my cellular level. This is ancient technology that they, of course, don't want us to know about. So,
Right.
Right.
my position now is to teach as many people as I can the proper formula of creating it so that you can create it for yourself and for your families. And, it's, hey, the world is getting crazy, right? Stones have gone up double, more than double the price since I started working with stones. So even if you go to the store and start collecting stones, that's like saving your money basically. That's
Mhm.
that's like putting your money into an asset that's going to continue to gain value. And so when you start creating pieces, and there'll be all kinds of different ways and different ideas that you'll get on what to create. Any way that you make them is important. It will absolutely 100% change your life for the better. And people will start looking for you to create for them. And that's another
Mhm.
way that you can, generate income for yourself. I am an infinionaire. An infinionaire is an infinite being. I am directly connected to source. So I am the money of the planet. What I do with my gifts, I liquidate my assets and I turn it not only into greenbacks, I turn it into silver or gold, food, housing, whatever it is that I need, because I recognize that those fiat notes that they created, that's some bullshit. Is going down to nothing, and we are the true currency of the planet. And
Right.
the sooner we know that about ourselves, the easier it is for us to be able to do commerce without needing anybody's help, really. You
Absolutely.
feel me?
I
We don't
say.
need, time is up.
I shall say. No, man, man, most definitely. And when you get, if you do get an organized from this goddess, don't get one, get two, because you need one in your bathroom, and you most definitely need one by your Wi-Fi breaker. You need one by your computer. You need one on the back of your phone. We don't, we play about it, but our women, black women, get more fibroid tumors. They're literally attacking your womb.
That's
We
true.
get more
Mm-hmm.
fibroid tumors. We get more breast cancer than anybody, and we're not acknowledging that, and we need to start combating that because while y'all on strike and they're also taking it away from you. And it's a lot of different wars out here, multifaceted wars out here. So most definitely don't get one, get several. Goddess OG Egypt, how can we support you? How can we get in contact with you?
Well, unlike you guys, right now I don't have any products on the market. I'm just online. Like I told you, I dip in and out of Instagram. I've been following you for quite some time now. A lot of my support would come from women, as I am still, although I'm not inside of the club, I am a spicy creator. Whoop de doo. That's what I do. But I will be showing my face more because I do have a lot to offer. And like I said, I do boots on the ground inside of my community up north here. I just speak to women that are in substance classes and women in group home and shelters. So that's just, the kind of things I'm doing. But now that we have touched bases and you done took me up out of the shadows because he knows I don't go live anywhere. Like I don't do this. Like you see me when you see me. Um, but I talked about just getting some things created. When we learn about passive and earned income, that shit matters. And so just getting some things created. So for right now, I'm just online. You will see more of me, everybody. OG Egypt is my Instagram. um Banana pudding tings is my TikTok. I am on there on live. I do join well without them seeing me. um just talk to women online. So just right now, you guys will see me when I go live with Arisha and the other goddesses. I'm just
Yes, sir.
here and I will be supporting them. So it's nice to, get my face out there and come out of the dark.
Ache.
Yeah, yeah, like most
And it's
definitely.
so great building with you guys. Like I'm so like I laugh a lot. If you can't tell, I am fairly goofy. And some of it is nervousness, but then again, it's just excitement. Like I'm so excited to continue to learn, um, and just grow and just build because the community it could be wild and it could be a lot. But when you make these connections and it's all divine timing because I mean, like I said, I've been following him for years now and been talking on and off, but I'm just like, just dip in and dip out. But everything happens on time and
See,
consciously, and subconsciously, I just knew the union when it did touch down that it'd be great. So I'm just excited. So you guys will see more of me
I
and
see.
I am glad to be in touch with you all. It was such a great building session tonight. I loved it.
I
Yes.
see. I see. Most definitely. If you want to support the sister, we all got us. My bad. I'm gonna go back around too. Got to switch your cash app. If you want to support the sister, what's your cash app, OG?
Who?
OG Egypt. What's your cash app?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to the elder because she is the OG. But
No, no. I'm saying I'm gonna go back around. I didn't. I asked her for business, but
I
I'm gonna go
know.
back to her
I'm
cash
sorry.
app. But she about to make a
It's
lot of money. She don't even. She about to make so much money selling the pyramid organites. Listen, she about to be
Listen,
and
they are
billionaire and billionaire. Did you hear
gorgeous.
her?
Listen, right? I've never heard that until tonight, and I'm like, you know what? Hell yeah! And she's
Look,
speaking with so much assertiveness and dominant. Like that's what she come in, and that's what the hell she got. And that's
I
I
say.
mean, I can't wait to continue to talk to her. But yes, it's $ Egypt with two T's, EGYPTT 555.
Can you put it in the chat for me?
I'm not on YouTube. I'm actually
No, no. I'm
online.
saying put it on. Put your cash app in the comments, and I'm gonna post it real
Oh, I
quick so that
can do
everybody
it.
see it.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so they'll see it even on the replay. And most definitely try to support you when we can. Goddess Bruja Stormy, how you feeling?
I'm great, love. I'm putting hold on. I'm putting my Instagram down here in the comments.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause
Tell them too.
my joint is long, but y'all can reach me at I got my own skincare product that's great come back out with my whip shea butters and stuff like that. I do put crystals in certain ones. About to start the soaps and stuff back up. The beard butter for men. I do a lot of tarot cards and spiritual stuff. I am a Barah, yes. I do that stuff. Root work, left hand work, right handed work, healer, because I can't do one without the other. I have to be balanced. So I do that. But don't come at me asking me for no love spells or nothing because I'm gonna turn you away because I'm not doing that. I'm
Tell
not
them,
doing
unless
that.
it's for yourself.
Y'all write me in the chat, but they can't see it in the
But
comment. Put it in the
I
comments.
told you it won't let me comment unless I'm
you
joining through
know,
YouTube, in which I'm
Because
not.
if I try to do it from there,
No,
I
you
might end up. I don't want
you
to mess up the damn live.
you don't have to
I
do it.
sent it.
Click on the
But
little
my
three.
he's gonna post my Instagram. Y'all can reach me on there because when everything starts dropping again, sometime like November, candles and things like that, and a whole bunch. He know I'm like a jack of all trades. I'm always jumping around from body jewelry to this to that to this to that. I do customizable pieces also, like exotic body jewelry, like
See, he
lip
done
rings
left.
and nose chains and stuff like
He's
ones
saying,
that connect
yeah,
through here with crystals on it.
Hell yeah.
that's very good that you do that. Put in your energy every time that you touch, those crystals, and you create those that has your energy on. That's
Absolutely.
yeah.
All
Yeah, see,
right.
and you see how yours has the YouTube icon with it? I'm not. I'm joining through the web, and it was like sign into YouTube and all that. And then when I did do it, it was like, whoops, your connection. I'm like, dude, I have 5G in my house right now, and I have an extra router box which needs to go off at night while we talking about these rays and shit. And I just keep it on, just blasting through the house, wondering why the hell I was having trouble with my cycle. It's another story for a different day. I done regulated
No,
it.
but no,
But
that's the story for
anyways,
now. You just said about the 5G. That's the story for now because that's who you're talking to. All these stones don't just have the pretty significance. It also fights EMF smog,
You're like,
electromagnetic smogs, and
yeah.
electromagnetic frequencies. That's what's attacking your body. It's the
Yeah,
food that you're
yeah, because
eating, the stuff you put in your hair,
Mhm.
and the electromagnetic frequencies. That's what's causing cancers and fibroid tumors. That's why you
absolutely,
want. That's why
because
I said put those.
I had fibroids. I had uterine fibroids, and I actually rid them from my body for myself because, when you do go to the doctor, unless you're going to a private holistic, they will push birth control and all these kind of things to regulate the menstrual. But I turned it around for myself. Basically just red raspberry tea, ginger root, and even in Primos oil, which is great for women
I
in
see.
premenopausal stage, women that are having reproductive issues. If you are having SMEX, okay, and you are not trying to reproduce, be careful with those herbs I just told you because you will be
Mhm.
spitting out babies left and right. But
Just swallow a papaya
I
seed.
regulated my reproductive health system doing that. So yes.
I
But
see.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
That's magic right there. You might have gave somebody that needed that. That's magic right there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I talk about it a lot when I am on TikTok. Because it's an attack on the women's bodies in today's age. With
Especially
them
black
wanting
women.
to, and yes, especially us. We have the highest death mortality rate when it comes to us giving birth inside these hospitals. That's why I'm pushing women, and a lot of women who have had C-sections, and they're saying, oh, you can't do VBACs. That is absolutely not true. Check in with the healthcare professional, but also have a midwife and a doula on set too, because you absolutely can push out a baby after you have a C-section.
yeah.
Mhm.
Your body and your spirit, be connected to yourself, and we're fucking amazing. There's nothing absolutely that we can't do. But
I
yeah,
see.
as far as these rays and shit, yeah, my 5G, and I got two routers probably fucked me up. But I regulated that with those herbs. So ladies, if you have PCOS, as they like to stick that on us,
They stick that
endometriosis,
on everybody, and see, they tried to stick that on
absolutely.
me. And when I went back, and the doctor was like, "Oh, you don't have it," I was like, "Yeah, I know."
Yeah,
Oh,
I've heard a
how'd you
lot
get?
of
I was
horror
like,
stories of
"Oh,
women getting
I'm
their
not gonna tell
tubes
y'all that
tied.
because then y'all gonna say y'all not about to take me out." Like,
Get a hysterectomy.
That's the first
Absolutely
thing
the
they
fuck
say.
not.
That's
As
the first thing they tell you.
many children as I can bear when it is right for me to have another child, to birth another amazing star seed. I'm gonna keep doing it until I fucking
mm-hmm.
can't anymore. So I'm not gonna get a hysterectomy at
I
all.
said,
And they quick
Yeah.
to push that on us. Like, why you not telling Sally to go get one? Why you trying to get me to get one? Tell
and that
Karen to
goes
go
back
get one.
into how important it is for us to love each other and to reproduce. That's the most revolutionary
Oh,
thing we can do is birth
absolutely.
gods right now, gods and goddesses right now. Like
Mm-hmm.
we spend so much time. Life is not as long as we think. Life is actually very short. So
Mm-hmm.
enjoy your life. Hedonism. Enjoy the pleasures that these ancestors want you to enjoy. That's why the ancestors want you to light cigars for them. That's why your ancestors want you to spit out rum and alcohol for them. That's why your ancestors be like, they want to feel that experience. They're not here on the street, so enjoy that heaven on earth. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are the earth, y'all are the heaven. So enjoy that shit.
Absolutely.
Did you give me your cash app?
Who?
Cool.
Bruja.
Body.
Bruja.
No.
Give me your cash app, because when I did that
I'm in
last
the
time, it kind of
chat.
messed up my sound, and I don't want to keep messing stuff up. So just say your cash app again, and then they most definitely can hear it and play it back, and then I get yours, goddess, and then we'll get ready to get up out of here.
Lovable Stormy with one eye.
Lovable, stormy
Stormy.
with one eye.
One eye.
You
Yep.
just got to be complicated, because your
Yep.
name.
Yep.
No, I
I
got it.
gotta be that one. Just
Got you, the one. Goddess,
one eye.
Mine
goddess,
is SCG 13 Love.
love. I like that.
Love.
Got,
Yes.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And if you want to support old Arisha Stone, you can tap in. We got pieces too. You can check out our Instagram page talking about the dark, divine feminine energy. Most definitely all about the matriarch energy and feminine energy.
I
I
knew
know
he
y'all
was
can't
over
see
there
that, but it's
doing something.
balanced. You
I
can't
can
have
see
one
it.
without the other. You need that divine masculine, divine
Absolutely.
feminine. Uh,
Elder,
also,
I just wanted to say your living room. Oh my gosh, I just want to lay
It's
down
fire
in
that
it and
back piece
just.
she got
I just want to
that
lay
painting on the
down. Like,
wall.
can
that
I
goes
go
back
lay down?
to, look, when we come together, when we serious about coming together, we're gonna put our funds together. Hopefully sooner than later, because there might not be a later. Like winter's coming, but sooner than later, we need to buy some foreclosed properties down here. Have a do a monopoly. Have a bunch of land
Do
ducked off in the woods,
retreats and
and
stuff.
create our own village. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All of us have some amazing things to bring to the table and live this like crystal city, this crystal. You know what I'm saying? This crystal society. This
Infinity.
is the invocation of Sekhmet.
What is that?
The invocation of Sekhmet.
Oh,
We kept on bringing her name. I have a book that's talking about all these dark goddesses. All of them are to be brought out. You know what I'm saying? And we don't. I see now that some people don't even know when's a good time to bring some of these deities out. So it's
yeah.
like, but Sekhmet is not only a destroyer, she's also a healer. You know what I'm saying? She's also a great healer. She's like almost a. She's amazing. You know what I'm saying? She's Oya. And so most definitely tap into that energy. Look up the invocation of Sekhmet, and you know what I'm saying? Because the first thing she says in there that was beautiful to me, well, this is actually somebody else's prayer. That was another prayer, but it says, this is just something dope I wanted to read. Those who do not dare to face me, I trap in my web and devour. I am the mystery of life and death, light and darkness, day and night. I spin my web of destiny and create my own path to infinity. I am the spinner, the weaver, and the cutter. I am Sekhmet.
Ache.
And Sekhmet is the mother of the serpent. So that divine lion energy is also the divine dragon energy is all one. And like we really tap into that, we really can do anything like the God has said, and we can stop pointing fingers and hating on each other and all this other shit. When we realize all of us have a position on this chessboard, I need Jezebel to go over there to the other side and trick them and bring them down. I need Ruth to
Yes.
trick them so we get them drunk, but we don't forget who Ruth was. We forgot who
Mhm.
Jezebel was. We forgot what Sheba was. We forgot what they really were doing for their people. Like we think they were doing it for themselves. We think like all these things. Sheba was doing it for herself. No, she had a whole civilization. That's why they wanted to conquer Sheba. And we out here praising Solomon.
Mhm.
Solomon had to use witchcraft to control her. If you think about it, you know what I'm saying. So it gets real deep, man. That dark
Yeah.
divine feminine or that dark feminine is amazing. We can talk about that all day, but I appreciate you guys. I mean, you
Absolutely.
goddesses. Let me excuse me. All hail Signet, all hail Mama Wata, all hail the Marie LeBeaus, the Aseta Shakors, the matriarch in general, man.
Absolutely.
Find that matriarch when you have knowledge of yourself, you love yourself, you get past all the different phases, it's going to be a whole new phase. And it's a golden era and it's an age of love. So
Mhm.
Okay.
most definitely we're gonna live in peace, prosperity, and have everything in this life that we strive for. I shall.
I say.
Yeah, ache,
I
ache.
say.
Peace to
Just
the
gonna go
goddesses.
this way.
Peace.
Peace. Peace.
Peace.
Adios, guys.